You know my motto is fuck 'em, that's all I gotta say. Scope on the rifle that'll spot you from a mile away. Still getting women drunk off Hennessy and Alizé. Still with them niggas loading hollow tips inside the cake. Still be on that same shit, but I kinda change with. Multiplying bitches might not see me with the same bitch, but you might see me riding 95 North in the black Mitsubishi 195 horse. Power with no sour, couple bottles there of course. R.I.P. to all my fallen riders in the morgue. Yeah, you know I got the
Make sure you at the Lord's 55th Annual Passover in Durham, North Carolina by the ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana. It's going to be $200 for adults. Children 18 and under are free. That $200 is going to cover everything. You can go to ISUPK.com, pay your Passover fee. Go ahead and get that Passover fee knocked out. I'll see you there. Shalom.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said so. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Shalom, 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 Israel, shalom, Richmond, shalom, Virginia. Trying to make sure we good. We on a couple of different screens now. We getting high tech. We getting high tech here in Virginia, so I'm trying to make sure we good to go. If everybody can hear me, all right. If I can get a 1 in the chat. If I can get a 1 in the chat, if everybody can hear me, okay. All right, I think we logged on everywhere. Uh-oh, I got ones coming in. That's a good sign. Good sign. All right, I don't see nobody on the book yet. All right, we looking good on Instagram. We looking good on YouTube. I got ones coming through all over. I got brothers and sisters logging in. Clap it up. Clap it up. All right, this is the Israelite School. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street. Harlem, out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been teaching the truth of the Bible. That blacks, Latinos, and Latinas, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. We are the Israelites. We are the ones that they read about, talk about in the Bible. That Bible is your book. That's your God. That God of Israel is your God because you are Israelites. You are Israel. We make up the body of Israel. Everybody has hijacked, lied, and told us adverse things, lies about that Bible, lies about who we are. But by you logging in here tonight, by you continue to watch all of our classes, by you continue to be part of this school, you will learn the truth of who you are, your identity, and the truth of what that Bible actually really says. So again, the water for everybody being here tonight. We always let it be known that we are not affiliated with any other Christian organization. We are not affiliated with any other fake Israelite group. I don't care what they call themselves. I don't care if they got the little fringes on their shirts. I don't care if they can quote scripture, speak Hebrew, or try to speak Hebrew. If it is not the ISUPK, it is not. I repeat, it is not the truth, and you are not in the truth if you are not part of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This is the ISUPK Virginia's Tuesday night Brotherhood class. We are up live on Facebook. We live on Instagram. We live on YouTube as well. We are truly hitting these airwaves real hard. And it's a beautiful thing to see. So it looks like everybody can hear me all right. We're gonna go ahead and do a quick little shout out. Let's see who in the room. Let's see who in the building tonight. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brakatah. See Officer Yarash Amath in the building. Shalom to him. Yahweh Shema Thamba Shem Yahweh Shah to Sister Ra'aya. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah to Brother Jabrion, young man Jabrion in the building. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brakatah to you, brother. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brakatah to my brother. Officer Mataza Al-Qurra in the building. Taught a wonderful class last night. Give a shout out to Trooper Kazakia in the building. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brakatah. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brakatah to the Trooper Akal Sapar in the building. Damn good to see you here tonight as well, brother. Yahweh Shema Latham Bashim Yahweh Shah to Sister Deanna in the building. All right, damn right. Looking at sisters logging in with Hebrew saying what's good. That's a beautiful thing. Yahweh Shema Latham Bashim Yahweh Shah to Sister Nazama Nah. I see her every time I log in somewhere. I see Sister Nazama Nah in there soaking up all that knowledge. So it's good to see you here tonight as well. And Yahweh Shema Latham Bashim Yahweh Shah to Sister Aisha in the building also. So yeah, we got a full squad tonight. Again, it's great to see everybody. It's great to see everybody coming in tonight. Hope hopefully everybody should be making sure that you like, share, and subscribe to all of our different pages. We are on TikTok, ISUPK VA. We're on Instagram, and we also have a TikTok under the title of Black Fatherhood Tactics. Black Fatherhood Tactics. That's with Officer Urash Amath, giving us some of that deep knowledge, breaking down fatherhood, breaking down the importance of fatherhood, what it takes, what needs to be done, what's not being done, and what the Bible says about it. So you make sure y'all check in, y'all like, share, and subscribe to that page as well. And again, just say the water for everybody being here tonight. This is the Brotherhood class. Tonight's title, this is going to actually be a continuation of the class we had last week. Black power comes from the Black God. What we lack, that power that we always throwing our fist up in the air, that power that we are so lacking, so much lacking. We call power isn't really power. The things that we uphold and upheld and cherish and praise really aren't things that are praiseworthy. Things that we are so proud of are really shameful. Some shameful things that you see out here in the world that are labeled and tagged, and you see our faces attached to them, and that's not how the Most High wanted it. That's not how the Most High wanted it. But in here again, we're gonna talk about real Black power and what the Most High defines as Black power. And so first starting out, we like to start the class out the same way, just to make sure we're all on the same page. If this is your first time logging on, attending our class, make sure you put your city name and state, inside the chat so we know who you are, we know how to salute you. I see what's that? We got Yamaha 22291 on Instagram. I think that's a sister from the picture. So Yahweh Shema Latham Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah Akwath. Make sure you put your city name and state so we know where you are. You get attendance for coming to class. And that way, you're eligible for any kind of benefits you may need through the ISUPK. And we know who you are. And if you're working on a Hebrew name, you're working on being a trooper, or a sister just working on your name, that way we get your attendance and we keep track of everything, and we keep track. The Bible says to know the men that labor amongst you. You know what I mean? So we want to know our brothers and sisters in here. Again, this is not, I repeat, this is not your Christian church. If you have any questions throughout the class, make sure you type those in the chat, and we're going to get you answers directly out the Bible. We're going to break that down for you. We're going to get you the answers that you may have been wanting to know your whole life. It's amazing. You can go to church forever, for years and years and years and years. You can come to one of these classes, and I guarantee you in about 10, 15 minutes, you're going to learn more than you've ever learned before. You'll learn more than what you ever learned before, and you're also going to learn what the Most High requires of you, what he requires of you. That church has taught us to treat God like a genie. You rub the lamp, get you 3 wishes, and you good to go. But it doesn't work like that. Bible isn't wrote like that. That Bible is a book of our historical family records. When we listen to God and how he blessed us, and when we disobeyed the Most High and how he cursed us after we disobeyed. When we did this captivity that we are in here now, this is a curse. This is a punishment being here. And depending on your situation and depending on who you practice, depending on who you call God, you may think it's all good. That's why Isaiah says, is Israel a homeborn slave? We've been in this captivity so long, we don't even realize that we in captivity no more. But again, by you being here tonight, you are on your first step. If this is your first time to learning exactly who you are and learning how we get out of this hell. So again, the water for everybody being in here. We like to start a class off again the same way. We're going to start it off. This being a brotherhood class. What's another word? Give me another word that's synonymous with brotherhood. Who can tell me what's another word synonymous with brotherhood? Our people, our communities, we lack brotherhood. We call everything brotherhood that's not brotherhood. We lack brotherhood. We unalive each other because of a lack of brotherhood. We sell drugs to each other because of a lack of brotherhood. We hate each other because of a lack of brotherhood. We take each other wives because of a lack of brotherhood. Our sisters jump from men to men to men because of a lack of brotherhood. And I see some answers coming in. And like I always say, even if you see the answers popping in there, go ahead and throw your 2 cents in there as well. Again, we learn as a family in here. This is a community effort. You know what I'm saying? So just because you see an answer in there, by all means, you want to make sure that you participate. You throw your hat in the ring as well. You know. So let's give Officer Matazar Karai a hand. He said sisterhood. He says sisterhood. He is absolutely correct. That word brotherhood is synonymous with sisterhood. Sister Raya, Akwaf Raya says sisterhood as well. Give her a hand. And again, brotherhood and sisterhood go hand in hand. Sister Nazama Manat says sisterhood. She's correct. Give her a hand. My rib chimed in. She said sisterhood as well, and give her a hand. Give all y'all a hand. Y'all are all correct. What we lack the most is brotherhood, and brotherhood and sisterhood go hand in hand. Sister Deanna says sisterhood way out of Charles City. Answer. She said sisterhood as well. And that's what we lack. That's what we're lacking. That's what we're hurting. That's what we don't have as a community, as a people, as a family. We don't have brotherhood and sisterhood. Young man Jerryon says sisterhood also. Give him a hand. We do not have brotherhood and sisterhood. And because we don't have brotherhood and sisterhood, it's something else that we're missing. What's another word that's synonymous with brotherhood and sisterhood? Who knows what's another word that's synonymous with brotherhood and sisterhood? Because we don't have brotherhood and sisterhood, we hurt and we lack, and we don't have this other thing as well. What's another word for brotherhood and sisterhood? I see the answers coming in. Young man Jerry Young, give him a hand. He said love. Sister Raya, she cut right through the right. She cut the middleman out and went straight to the precept. She went straight to the precept. The Bible says that you should that we learn precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. And in here again, we don't just make up things. We don't just say what feels good. We don't just come off the top of our head because it sounds good, it feels good. That must be the answer, like that Christian church does, like that Muslim mosque does, like the rest of this world, this place does. Everybody around, if you went outside today, you got wreaths and little elves and candy canes and stockings and Santa Claus is all over the place. And everybody's just so happy in the Christmas spirit, even though it's a bald-faced lie. It's a bald-faced lie. It's a pagan holiday. And Officer Matazar Karai's class last night, we saw how it has absolutely nothing to do with Yahweh Shai, with the Most High, with this Bible, with us at all. In fact, the Most High told us not to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, no doggone Christmas. So again, and here we get the actual definition. So give her a hand, giving that precept. Sister Coco, Yahweh Shema Bashim Yahweh Shai, she's in the building and she come in swinging. She jump in the ring swinging and she says love. And she is absolutely correct. Officer Matazar Karai gave us the precept as well. 1 John 5:3. Sister Deanna said love. Give her a hand. My rib said love. Give her a hand. And Sister Nazama Na came in and she also said love. 1 John 5:3. So let's get it. Let's get that 1 John 5:3. And again, it's Most High in Christ. We have been saying it in class. That we was gonna get the Instagram fixed. Well, eventually they was gonna be able to see the same thing y'all seeing in class. And again, Most High in Christ. What y'all see on the screen in YouTube, they see the same thing on the screen inside of Instagram as well tonight. Backdrop and all, a virtual background, scriptures, the whole nine. So again, get a Most High a hand. Get a Most High hand for spreading this word over these airwaves. So we're gonna go ahead and pull up that 1 John 5:3. 1 John 5:3. Let's get it. It's the only one I didn't doggone pull. That's all good. That's gonna give us a chance to go over it. Actually, yeah, let's see if this will work. That'll work. All right, y'all should be able to see that. Let me fix this so it's not there we go. All right, so all I did, I went to the web browser, Reason Being, just so you can get, if you are again new to it, you're familiar with it, this is what we use on here. But you can download KJV, King James Version Bible app on your phone. You want to get that King James Version, that's 1611. That's going to be the closest thing to the translation. Not no New Age translation, not no NIV, none of that other mess, but that King James 1611. King James was a black man. He was a black man. He was a black man, King of England, King of Scott. He wasn't no homosexual, how they try to make it sound to be. He wasn't no white man, how they try to make it sound to be. They put a whole lot of stuff out in the water to make you, to disenfranchise you, or make you not want to not know that this is your book. So they put a whole lot of different traps and obstacles and things in place of you knowing your identity. And one of those were the lies they put out about King James. We just had the brothers come from over there in the UK, going over the history right there in one of the castles, going over the history. And again, that was one of our brothers, and he didn't write the Bible. He didn't write the Bible. He had 42 scholars of the Hebrew and scholars of the Greek come together, and they translated from the original Hebrew. They translated and put it into what's called a King's English, because that was becoming a common tongue. That was the tongue that everybody was speaking of. It's speaking in then, and that's what he translated it to. So again, you can download these. You can download these on your phone as far as you get them, and then you can also you can go online and pull them up this way, like we're doing right now in this app. So I'm gonna go right into the official King to the page. Again, at the top, you'll see where it says King James Standard. You'll see King James 1611. Now, where it says King James Standard, that's gonna be your traditional 66 books of the Bible that you may be used to. But what you may not be aware of, that 1611 has what's called the Apocrypha in the middle of that book. About 14 books that they took out. They took out again because that Apocrypha contains the Greek captivity. For a long time, you will read neither Jew nor Greek, neither male nor female, and they would throw you off and they would lie to you about who really is an Israelite. You got fools running around here talking about you can be a spiritual Israelite. The hell is that? You can be a spiritual Israelite. They tell you all kinds of different things that again that are not inside of that Bible. But by that 1611, it has what's called the Apocrypha, the hidden books. If you would ever go to like overseas to the Vatican and all that, they already had it in the Bible that they were looking at over here. But over here, ground zero where the slaves at, where Gad was at, where Judah was at. Then over here, they took that out of the Bible. They took that out of the Bible. So we didn't know that for a long time, but we do know now. So depending on what scriptures you're looking at, you want to pull up either that King James 1611 or that King James Standard. That King James 1611 is going to be in what's called the Old English. You're going to be missing some things. You're not going to have no U's in there. You won't have no J's in there, which is how you know that the Savior, Christ, Yahweh, his name wasn't Jesus. Because we didn't get that letter J to about the 1600, 1609, right around the 1611 time or mid 1600s when we got that letter J. So again, just some of the lies that again they thrown out there to keep us from knowing who we really are. All right, so while we're on this page, first off, Yahbashim Yahbashah Barakatah. I think that's I'm not sure. Brother Kapayar, that may be off. So if it is, Salakia. If not, again, go ahead and put your city and state in there so I know how to address you the correct way. But the water for you joining us with us tonight. And again, if this is your first time, if you have any questions, by all means, go ahead and throw those in the chat so we can address those as well. We're going to go ahead and get this 1 John 5:3. 1 John 5:3. Right here, we're going to drop down and go to 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. This world has a whole bunch of definitions and meaning about everything. If you walk outside right now with all the candy canes and Santa Clauses, they'll tell you that that's love. If you walk in the store and look, like a couple of weeks ago, they was cussing you out, looking at you crazy in the store. Now it's happy holidays. It's happy holidays and Merry Christmas because they got the Christmas spirit on. All of it is a bald-faced lie. It's a lie, and it's just another tactic that this world uses to keep us from knowing who we are and keep us from following the laws of the Most High. That's all it's about. It's about you not following the laws of the Most High, but you following this oppressor. You follow the oppressor, you do what they say. Do you love on command when they tell you to love on command? And you hate on command when they tell you to. When they want you to be mad and upset about something, they'll switch the narrative on you. And before you know it, you be hollering free Palestine, free Israel, and the whole nine, listening to this oppressor. But we get real definitions. We get real knowledge coming from this Bible. And in here, this is where we find out where love is at, like the scriptures, like the precept the brothers and sisters put in here. So 1 John 5:3. 1 John 5:3 reads, "For this is the love of the Most High." This is the love of the Most High. So it's going to tell us right now, it's going to tell us what love is. So regardless of what somebody else may say, regardless of what they say on your slavery, on your job, at your school, or whatever, even regardless of what your mother, your father, your grandmother may say, they're going to tell you right now what love really is. That we keep his commandments. Period, point blank. You can't make it no you can't paint a clearer picture than that. You can't make it no more simpler than what it's saying right now. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. Is no other way of getting around it. That Christian church has lied for decades, telling us that the law is done away with. There is no law. There's no law. If no law, you can do what you want to. You can do what you want to do. It's all kinds of alternative lifestyle pastors. I even saw a joke with an alternative lifestyle pastor had a first man. He got a first man in the church. You know what I'm saying? You can't make this stuff up. And the reason being, they have perverted the word of the Most High. They have convinced and tricked us to follow this oppressor and not the Most High. But it's telling you right now, for this is the love of Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So how we always do, y'all go ahead and tell me what some of these commandments are. Let me know what some of these commandments are, because again, a lot of the people in the world, they don't know what the commandments are. They don't even know that you should be keeping the commandments, let alone what those commandments are. They're quick to say that this is a sin and that's a sin, and they don't even know what the definition of a sin is. They don't know what the definition of a sin is. So y'all go ahead and tell me what some of these commandments, what some of the commandments we're supposed to keep. Stop that. All right, I got some coming in. All right, Sister Ryan said tithing. Tithing is a very important one. If you look at these churches, we've been giving our money away to the wrong people. You got so many of us now hollering about reparations. We done already gave our reparations to the church. The church done collected about $500 billion. That's your reparations right there. We've already gave our reparations out to them, and this is why we don't have anything. Like I said, the title of this class is Black Power Comes from the Black God. If we were to tithe the correct way and send it to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, give it to the actual men of the Lord, well, the people would be taken care of. If you were fortunate enough to see what took place down in New York, how we clothed the brothers and sisters that they call migrants, that this world don't care nothing about. You feel me? That comes from the little bit that we've pulled together ourselves. So you imagine that had they taken that $500 billion and given that to Commander Junior Hunter, what we could do for our brothers and our sisters. But instead, we give it to the pastors. We give it to the pastors so they can buy their first men's diamonds and jewelries and bracelets and $1,000 suits and so forth, snakeskin shoes, and eat all kind of abominable things. And again, if we did what the Most High said do, again, that tithing, we would actually have what black power is. We'd be showing love to one another like the Most High said, and we would have that power for ourselves. What else we got? We got Sister Deanna said, "Thou shalt not kill or steal." Now, when you say kill, we got to be careful with that word kill, because really, when you look at that when you look at it in the Bible, it actually says murder. And I think I'm good to go on Instagram and YouTube on saying it. If I was on TikTok, we're going to get there. We're going to get there next. But if I was on there, I would have to say unalive. So you may hear me say that at some point tonight. But in reference to killing, if we couldn't kill it all, then we couldn't slay all them chickens for that good old fried chicken we like. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually murder. We're not supposed to murder an innocent. You feel me? The Most High would send us out to defend and take over land, to take ground. You feel me? When he brought us up out of when he brought us up out of Egypt, we had to go and take ground. When he set us up in Israel, we had enemies, all the other nations all around us. So at some point, especially King David, King David was a take ground expert. You feel me? So we sometimes had to unalive. So there's nothing wrong with unaliving as long as it's ordained by the Most High. But you are correct, though. We're not supposed to murder an innocent, though. And he also said, "I should not steal as well." We shouldn't be taking from one another. We shouldn't be taking from none. That theft, that stealing, we learned that from the oppressor. Why? Because he's the biggest thief in all of history, all of humankind. That he is the biggest thief there is. The land that we are on right now, he stole it. He stole all this land that we're on right now. If you ain't know no better, you will see the American flag. You see all this other, you will swear it down. It was his. As much as he liked to holler back and say, "Go back to where you came from. Go back to your own country," you will actually think that this was his country when it's not. So he's the biggest thief in the world. And because he is the biggest thief in the world, and because we worship him, we worship that false idol, Caesar Borgia. We worship their Santa Clauses. We worship their different holidays and so forth. And we worship them as a people. We do the same things that he does. So we end up stealing like him, but we're not supposed to steal. We ain't supposed to steal. We're definitely not supposed to take and steal from one another. We serve the Most High power, of everything. We ain't got no business stealing from nobody. And if we did what we were supposed to do, if we tithe like we were supposed to, like the Most High says, if we didn't unalive each other like we weren't supposed to, like the Most High said, and if we didn't steal from each other like the Most High said, we wouldn't have to take anything from anybody, because we would have that true power that we're talking about. What else we got? All right, the young man Jay Rion said, can he get Leviticus verse 19 and 27? Can I please get a breakdown of this as well? Okay, Most High Christ. As soon as we get through these commandments, we'll go ahead and we'll pull up Leviticus 19 verse 27. You write that down and make sure we don't forget to go to it. We'll pull that up next. All right. What else we got up here? We also have Sister Raya said, do not commit adultery. Now, adultery is unlawful sex. Adultery is unlawful sex. And here we teach again the truth of the Bible. And in the Bible, it tells us that sex is marriage. All right, sex is marriage. But adultery is going to be when a brother sleeps with another man's wife. And it's also going to be with a sister sleeps with another man, period. In the Bible, we have multiple wives in the Bible. So a brother is allowed to have another wife. Now, he can't never get rid of her. That's going to be him for life. But that sister, once she laid down and had sex with that brother, that was going to be her husband for life. And we can't go outside of what the Most High deemed as marriage and lawful marriage. When we go outside of lawful marriage, that's going to be considered adultery. And also in the Bible, when we decide to follow these other nations, we follow these other false idols and these other religions, the Most High called that adultery as well, because it had the same sting to it. It had the same feel to it. You imagine you give your child, or even better yet, we'll keep it on the same topic, your spouse or your significant other, you know what I'm saying? That husband, that wife that he loves and cherishes so much, and she goes to somebody else. That's how the Most High felt. That's how the Most High feels when we jump from religion to religion, from vibrations to the pineal gland, to rocks, to Christianity, to Islam, to all these other things that's not the Most High. All these other things that's not real source of power from. We jump from the actual source of power to all these other false idols and stuff. That's how the Most High feels. That's why he calls that adultery as well in the Bible. My rib says not cheating your brother. We're not supposed to cheat you. We're not supposed to treat each other. We're not supposed to cheat each other. We're not supposed to steal each other. We're supposed to deal honestly with one another. At all times, we should deal honestly with one another. If I can't trust nobody else, I should be able to trust my brothers and my sisters. Now, if you're here in this Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we actually follow this Bible. We follow this Bible, and as a result of us following this Bible, we can trust one another. Because if one of us deems ourselves to be untrustworthy, he out of here. We don't do that here. We follow this Bible, and we follow this Bible to a T. And part of that goes along right with my rib is saying as far as not cheating each other. Sister Raya also said, don't vote. We're not supposed to vote. In Deuteronomy, it tells us that the Most High is going to elect a king for us. You feel me? We got a king, and our king is Yahushua. But again, by following these other nations, we want to vote for this person and vote for that person. Even way back in the Bible, when you get back to kings and numbers and so forth, then we did the same thing then. We wanted to vote and have a king based off what the other nations had. We didn't want to follow the Most High. And because we didn't want to follow the Most High, we end up fast forward to where we at right now, where every politician comes and takes from us and takes advantage of us, every last one of them. And we don't realize at the end of the day, when we don't have any kind of power, when they can come and take a whole country from our brothers and sisters and then put up borders and say that those same brothers and sisters, those same Latino brothers and sisters, they can't come over here now. They're immigrants. They're illegal now. We don't realize that's a result of us voting for somebody that should have never been in charge of us. You feel me? So she is absolutely correct. We're not supposed to vote. We lose power. We don't have any power in thinking that we have a vote. A lot of us went out there and voted for the fake black president, for the Hamite president. We voted for him, and the only thing, you know what happened after him? A lot of your LG, a lot of your alternative lifestyle members became a lot more stronger in this country. They had a whole bunch more rights. They were sticking their chests out while he was up on the podium telling black men to pull their pants up. That's what happens when we vote. So again, we're not supposed to vote. That the Most High told us not to. My rib said the dietary, not eating pork, lobster, and crab. And she is absolutely correct. She's absolutely correct. We're not supposed to eat pork, shrimp, lobster, crab, all those abominable things that the Most High told us not to eat. But by listening to this oppressor, the oppressor tells us what pork is it's the other white meat. You feel me? It's the other white meat. You feel me? They tell you that shrimp, lobster, and crab, those are delicacies. Spiders and roaches. They tell you that spiders and roaches are delicacies. And then they throw a high price tag on top of it. Why? Because they know how they slaves are. We put a nice little price tag on it. Shit, well, we got the slave. We good on the slave. We throw a high price tag on it. They're gonna run them back because we told them it was a delicacy. Just like you're gonna go run out and buy a Christmas gift because they told you this is the time to show love. This is the time for peace on earth. They dropping bombs right now. Oh, Gaza, they fighting. They dropping drones at the sky in the Red Sea. But they gonna tell you that this is the time for peace on earth, and you're gonna believe it. If you're not hearing this body, if you're not hearing the ISUPK, you're gonna believe that mess. You're gonna believe it. You're gonna sweep it down as right. And again, because you don't have the knowledge, the power that the Most High is trying to give you out this Bible, you're gonna go out and spread it and tell somebody else. That's what they're supposed to be doing as well. Sister Raya said bottom feeders. You are absolutely correct. All bottom feeders. Those are things that are made to clean the earth. They're made to clean the earth. Would you go get a fork and knife and spoon and sit in front of your trash can and just, well, that's what you're doing when you eat pork, shrimp, lobster, and crab. That's what you're doing. You pretty much just cutting up, frying up, grilling up the trash can, and you eating it. Just how these other nations are. You can watch some of these videos online. I'll be watching some of them on Instagram a lot. The other nations, when I say they will eat anything that they can catch, if it gets caught, they're gonna eat it. Period, point blank. If they can catch it, they're gonna eat it. They don't care what it is. I mean, like stuff you wouldn't even think of to eat, they eat. You feel me? So again, if this is an amazing thing, y'all brother Pashad the building. My brother in the building. But if they can catch it, they're gonna doggone eat it. If they can catch it, they're gonna eat it. We weren't never supposed to follow them and be like them. But over time, by following them, we picked up their ways and we act just like them now. And again, coinciding with the title of the class, Black Power comes from the black God. The black God told us not to eat pork, shrimp, lobster, and crab. What happens when we eat pork, shrimp, lobster, and crab? And all the other abominable things, rabbit, the different, you know what I'm saying, stuff that we're not supposed to eat. We get high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, gout, you name it, all in our body. Why? Because we are not doing what the Most High said do. We lose power. We lose medical powers, got to be at the doctor, and we lose money on top of it. You lose economic power on top of it too, because now you got hospital bills you got to pay for. Now you got a prescription you got to fill. Why? Because again, we're doing exactly the opposite of what the Most High told us to do. All right, Sister Nazama, and I said, love thy brother. And that's really everything that we're talking about right here. That's why it tells you in that scripture that this is love. By doing these things that we're saying, by following these commandments that we're talking about, that's how you're going to actually love your brother. That's how you love your brother. By not eating pork, shrimp, lobster, and crab. By not stealing from each other. By not cheating each other. Not sleeping with another brother's wife. That sister not going from man to man. That sister loving her husband, staying with her husband. You feel me? That's how you actually love one another. That's what makes us strong. That gives us true black power. And if we had true black power, we wouldn't be so infatuated with that word black. We wouldn't be so infatuated with that word Latino. We wouldn't be so infatuated with that being Indians and Native and so forth. We would know that we are Israelites. And that's where that real power lies at. Not in those titles that the oppressors and the slave masters and the conquistadors gave us. That's where real power lies at. Sister, I'm sorry. Officer Yoshima said, "Don't give your seed to Molech." Interracial marriage. Hey, if you haven't seen it, matter of fact, I'm gonna play it before we get out of here tonight. But if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen Jonathan Majors running like a track star, running like a track star. And ran right into a doggone court case. Ran right to the bank and lost billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Messing around with the other nation. You feel me? We're not supposed to give our seed away to these other people. We really ain't supposed to do it. But before we get out of here tonight, we're gonna play the video though. We got to play the video before we get out of here tonight, Sister Ryan. We got to play it because he wasn't just running, you know what I'm saying? He was at a full speed. I don't think I've ran that hard, that fast, you know what I'm saying, since like maybe in my 20s. You feel me? You hit like that 30 mark, you don't empty out the tank like that. You know what I'm saying? You might not be able to start it back up again. But when I say he was at a full pace, 100% go, and ran right to the bank and lost all that money, following behind Becky. We're not supposed to do that. He lost a whole bunch of economic power, you know what I'm saying, with interracial marriage, messing around with Becky, man. So again, give Officer Urash Mouth a hand, give Sister right hand as well. They're absolutely correct. The young man Jerry Ryan said no idolizing. That's what Christmas is. That's what Christmas is. When they go to church on Sunday, when they voting, all the stuff that we've been talking about, all of that is them just idolizing these other nations. They made these things their idols. They made money their idols. They made that Christmas tree their idols. They made that pastor their idols. They made that football team. Sometimes that's their idol. All of those are idols and stuff that we're not supposed to follow. When we're supposed to follow, worship the Most High Power. That's it. The Most High Power. But again, by following the other nations, we end up idolizing some of any and everything. You can log online right now. It's about 15, 20 different Jesuses. They're swapping out a Jesus. Got a whole following, a whole crew, whole group, the whole nine. Why? Because we refuse. Salakia, we refuse to do what this Bible says do. We refuse to worship only the Most High, not these other fake, false idols. So give a young man a hand. He is absolutely correct. Sister Deanna said, remember the Sabbath day. And that Sabbath stands for the seventh day. That's how you know right there that these churches is lying. That's how you know right there that these churches is lying. That's how you know they're not telling you the truth. Why? Because they in there on Sunday like they're not supposed to, unlike what the Most High says, unlike what this Bible says, which is the Sabbath day, which is that Saturday. Sister Ryan said she walked him down like Jason. Hey, I said the same thing to my rib last night. I said the same doggone thing. I said he is running full speed, right? She had a slow trot. But every clip, she right there behind her. Every clip, she right there on her. I said she just straight did a Jason on her. He couldn't get away from her. And you can't get away from them when you idolize them. You can't get away from them when you worship them. Shouldn't have been with her to begin with. Because truth be told, he could have ran all he wanted. All it takes is for a couple of their tears. And you know what I'm saying? You caught up. You all caught up. I always say to myself, when we do finally get what we got to get to and get to the kingdom, Lord willing, I want to have a drink, a strong drink called She Saw Tears. She Saw Tears. I want a strong drink called She Saw Tears. Just to commemorate, you know what I'm saying? All the brothers and sisters that lost their lives behind Becky and her crying and her fake tears. But yeah, you are absolutely correct. He could not get away from her as much as he tried, and he damn sure was trying. Sister Deanna said, "You shall not covet," and that word covet means the one what my brother had. I see the nice car, nice truck, also Mataz Zahara drive, also Yoash Amav drive, and I want what they got. Not to go out and get my own, but now I want what they got. I want theirs. And that's a big problem with us. Not only do we covet each other, we covet these other nations. We want the same, we want that money that Esau got. You feel me? Not paying homage to the fact that he got it off lying, theft, unaliving. You know what I'm saying? Us. We the bread, we the cash cow. All that comes off us, our blood, sweat, tears, our literal bodies. But yet and still we want that. And we'll run over and do each other any kind of way to get to it. That's coveting. And we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that. Sister Yana also said, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. That tree, that's a graven image. That Caesar Borgia, that's a graven image. And some of the main ones, the main graven images you're going to see, is going to be that wood and that stone. And when I say that wood and that stone, matter of fact, who could tell me what that wood and that stone is? Some of the main graven images that we have nowadays, that billions idolize and billions worship. Who knows what the wood and stone is? Who knows what that wood and stone is? And while y'all getting that, I'm gonna go ahead and get this scripture for the brother, Leviticus 19 at 27. Who could tell me what's wood and stone? Because those are some of the biggest, two of the main major graven images that we work that our people are into and they worship nowadays. Officer Urash Amav said, "You don't want old blue anyway." Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But hey, some of them do though, Officer Urash Amav. Some of them do. They get strung out. They get strung out on these other nations. And it's a sad thing to see that there's so many brothers done, you know what I'm saying, caught their demise, the end of their lives by following and chasing behind these dogs, chasing behind Becky, and it's just and then it's like with them is no standards. You know what I'm saying? There's no standards. She can be 500, 600, 700 doggone pound, 2 teeth in her head. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? She can have all the mouth, pretend to have all the mouth, act like she black. You know what I'm saying? The whole night, and it's fine. It's cool. As long as she got that pale, pasty skin, that face that she got to draw and makeup on, because she ain't got no facial features. As long as she checking in with that, she check all the boxes and she good to go. And it's a sad thing to see. But again, I know none of the brothers and sisters in here have that problem, have that issue, and that's a great thing. What we got for that wood and that stone? Sister Deanna said Mecca. She is absolutely correct. I saw a picture of the folks out there worshiping, idolizing at Mecca, and they're like, okay, they got it in case, right? And it was like a hole where they sticking their head in to kiss the rock, kiss that cobblestone out there in Mecca. And when I say it's millions, a good million people here, and they all moving and fighting and trying to get their chance to stick their head in and kiss this doggone rock that everybody else said that out there was doggone kissing. And all I could think of, I'd be glad when we have another resurgence of damn it COVID, and I hope it's sitting right there on that rock when they sticking their head up in that Salakia. But again, that wood and that stone. So many of our folks is caught up into that stone, and that stone is that cobblestone. And you are absolutely correct. When I say that stone, that's that cobblestone. Sister Nazama said these churches, and that gets back to that wood, but specifically, Sister Raya said the cross. Sister Deanna said the cross, and that's that wood, that cross. That cross is that we worship so much. So many of our brothers and sisters, you will see them with that cross on their neck. When I was out in the world, I'm not going to say I never had one out in the world. That old man, I can't stand that old man. But it was a point in time when I started to think about it. If one of my family members was unalive, would I take a fragment of that bullet or something? They were shot unalive. Would I take that same bullet and hang it on my neck? But that's what you're doing with that cross, and we don't see nothing wrong with it. We see nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's one of the most sickest things there is. You claim to love Jesus. You say you love Jesus. That's your husband. He the head of your life and whole nine. But yet and still, the tool that they use to unalive him, you hang that on your neck, and you don't realize how sadistic, how evil, how wicked that is. You feel me? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat, young man John Rand in the building. Sister Zamana said, look, I when I saw it, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, they were fighting to put their head in here to kiss this doggone rock. I mean, literally pushing, fighting, move, my turn, move, my turn. But Sister Rise said fungus, bacteria, exactly, fungus, bacteria, you name it. But again, that's them. We always been a clean people. And the water, but that's what I've always thought about, though, when I thought about that cross that they worship so much. We wouldn't do that if one of our loved ones was unalive. We wouldn't take a piece of that and hang that on our neck. We wouldn't go chip off even a piece of the tombstone and hang that on your neck or the head. You wouldn't do that, but you would do that with that cross, though, not realizing that you're doing the exact same thing that the oppressor wants you to do. They sit back and laugh. It's a good joke because serial unalivers love to keep a trophy. They love to keep a trophy. They got you walking around with the trophy for them, and you don't even realize that. So give everybody a hand. Y'all did a great job of bringing up those commandments, because, again, a lot of our folks don't know these commandments. And because they don't know these commandments, you know what I'm saying, they don't know what to do and what not to do. And they don't realize why, when the Bible says a curse doesn't come without a cause, they don't know why this is a sad time of the year. They don't know why, as much as they say it's peace on earth, a lot of us get unalive. A lot of us get unalive the same time of year we get unalive. Why? Because we worshiping other idols. We worshiping false gods. We celebrating Christmas like the Most High told us not to. You feel me? So by y'all knowing that, you're already ahead of the game. You ready to stay ahead of that. You ready to do actually love one another like the Most High said love. And it's a deep way of looking at it, but this Bible makes you look at everything with a totally different set of eyes. Everything that you may have missed before when you was in that world, come to these classes. Come to these classes and hear this truth and hear what this Bible actually says. And I guarantee you'll start to look at your whole life totally different. You will look at the something. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, when Christ was talking to Nicodemus and he said that, you know, you got to be reborn again. If you proud of where you at, if you proud of your money, if you happy with where you at, your stance in life, you don't see nothing wrong. Well, it's going you're not gonna look at anything no different. This might not be appealing to you. This might not be for you. But I know for me, when after reading this Bible and sitting in these classes and being underneath the men that's above me, I had to look at my life differently. I had to see, I can understand why the Lord was, why I failed at this and I failed at that, and why the Lord was on me. And even when certain things was good, I saw the lack of power that I had in it. I saw the destruction that came from it. Even if I couldn't see it at the time, this word has a way of exposing all that and putting it right in front of your face. So you are absolutely correct, sister. Give everybody a hand. Y'all did a great job of that. The young man said, can we get a breakdown of Leviticus 19 and chapter 47? So let's go ahead and get that up real quick. And you know you're gonna find a lot of that law inside Leviticus. So that's a great question, especially you as a young man brought up. I used to do a little barbering, so I'm familiar with this verse right here. It was one of the first things I want to say. It's probably outside of maybe pork was maybe the first thing I was able to kind of let go. But this was like the next one, and this was a big one for me. Let's go ahead and get this up. Let's get up Leviticus 19 and verse 27. Leviticus 19, 27. So we're going to share that. Let me make myself a little bit bigger. Nope, I made myself small. Hold up. Where is it at? There we go. All right, Leviticus 19 and 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your head. Again, I used to be in that field before, a barbering and so forth. You know, and when you come up in there, just like you can worship and idolize other things. You can worship, and I've seen brothers and sisters idolize that as well. They want them sharp corners when you cutting their hair. They want you to, you know what I'm saying, cut off that natural line that the Most High gives you and give you them sharp corners. Make sure you square it up on the edges or whatever. And this is what it's referring to. And then it said, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard, because we are naturally masculine, because we are naturally representatives of the Most High. We're supposed to be men. We're supposed to present ourselves as men. But this oppressor, even like back in the day, they would say, "What you doing, boy?" They love to infantilize us and make us call us boys and strip that manhood away from us. And by even when you used to join Esau's military or his police force, they would make you shave your face. If you go into the corporate world, they would make you shave your face. You know what I'm saying? That was one of those requirements. I always thought about the scripture where it says, why do you trim your ways for love? That's one of the things that they did to us to again strip that manhood from us. But the Most High tells us not to strip, not to do that. We're not supposed to round the corners of our head. We get that from being underneath them Egyptians, because they like to look feminine. You can look at some of those, you can look at a lot of those pictures now. They got the mascara on. They got the bald heads, the mascara, everything is clean and smooth, because they like to walk around looking like women. You know what I'm saying? They like to look like women, but that was never our culture. So this is a great question, a great thing that you asked about. This verse right here is talking about us sticking to our culture, sticking to what how the Most High wanted us to look, how the Most High wanted us to present ourselves. We're supposed to always present ourselves as men. Now, granted, if you are not able to grow a thick beard, grow what you can. You feel me? You grow what you can. You grow what the Most High gave you, but you're not supposed to cut your face. You're not supposed to shave your face. You feel me? And you're not supposed to make bald. You're not supposed to cut your hair bald. You're not supposed to be getting them line-ups like you be getting when like they done taught us when we go to the barbershop. And it's I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna write it down. I saw this one thing online, right? And the mother, I swear the baby couldn't have been no more than 2 months. And I mean, like literally 2 months. She's holding him, and she actually got the barber. And when I saw it, like I said, I done cut hair before. It was like one of those moments where it's like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Even if she asked him to do it, I don't see how him as a barber, you know what I'm saying, can do that. Because as a child, when you do that, for one, you're messing up that natural line that the Most High gonna give you. If you stop cutting this, you don't line your hair up like that, you will see that you will get a natural line in. You gonna get the natural feeling how the Most High want your face to doggone look. You feel me? A lot of us end up going bald, lose hair up here, because every time we go up in there, they're taking it back further and further, because you want these straight lines all over your head. You want the corners to be rounded up, and you lose hair as a result of doing that. So this scripture right here is talking about them lineups you getting in a barbershop. Young man, it's also talking about you cutting your beard off. We're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that. So that's a great one that you brought up. Let me know if that answers your question. And if that answers your question, we're going to get ready to jump right into this doggone lesson. We're going to jump right into this lesson. So that's a good question that you brought up. All right, so now the title of the class, again, is the Black Power Comes from the Black God. Black Power comes from the Black God. A guy Yonder Bar, great. I'm glad that answered your question. And again, come with some more. That's a good question. You will be surprised. Again, working in that field, you will be surprised just how many of our brothers and sisters what they idolize. You feel me? What they idolize. It's to the point now. It's to the point now where they'll come in and have you draw some doggone corners on the top of their doggone head. They ain't got to have no hair no more. They getting fake hair. How the women's was getting fake hair. You feel me? I mean, it's at a whole different level. Pretty much going there and getting a whole hairline airbrush on top of their head. You feel me? And to me, that seems like that's such a effeminate spirit. Always working worried about how pretty you're looking. We are warrior people. We are war culture people. You feel me? And as a man, you out there worried about the lines on your head and how smooth your face is. That's just what this oppressor wanted. That makes it easier for this oppressor to take over us and exert his power over us. Look, Sister Ryan said, and the beard. She is absolutely correct. You can walk in there with no hair on your head, no hair on your face, and walk out. You got a full beard. You got an afro the whole nine. If you wouldn't know no better, you would think it's all real until it started raining outside. Get the raining outside, and now you look just like the clown, like everything running away. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's amazing the stuff that we get into. Damn right, out of one. Damn right. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you don't grow what the Most High gave you to grow, you feel me? Grow what the Most High gave you to grow. And I know y'all done seen some of the men out there, and some of them, you know what I'm saying, depending on how much they trying to spend in that barbershop. You can look at it and tell it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? The sun hit it one way, you know it ain't real. That water hit it, they get to sweating, and you know it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? But again, all vanity, things that don't matter. Because that lineup ain't gonna stop the Most High from punishing you from celebrating Christmas. It ain't gonna stop that. It ain't gonna stop none of that. But true black power. Oh, hold on, Sister Nazama now said that black chalk stuff. Exactly. Look, some of it. If it's not the spray paint, or if it's not the markers, like you said, it's the black chalk joint. You feel me? It always remind me of like the soot that being like the fireplaces or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But again, we so hooked on the look. We so hooked on being fulfilling the requirements that the Most High, that the oppressor has gave us, that we'll do anything. We'll do anything for it, no matter how fake it is. None of that. I've seen brothers go up in there again, no hair, walk out with dreads. Walk out with cornrows. They ain't got no hair. You know, this place is amazing. This place is amazing. Man, I always say this is Disney. This is real life Disney World. The Most High, Officer Ross said the Lord took my hand. Look, Most High crack. You feel me? If the Lord take it, let it go. You feel me? Let it go. Ain't no use to trying to fight to get it back. The Lord done took it. It's gone. You feel me? You wasting money trying to get back. The Lord trying to save you some change. He trying to humble, trying to put you away where he wants you to be at, and you fighting trying to get it back. Nah, if the Lord took it, hey, it's gone for a reason. And when you really, and I'm joking with it, but when you look at, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of the brothers, even the prophets in the Bible, some of them the Lord had took that hairline. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. We got a specific job to do, and having a sharp, crispy hairline ain't gonna help us fulfill that job no better. You feel me? Matter of fact, it'll help us. It'll put us at a disadvantage because it's gonna show that we can't even do it the most. You can't even do the small things that the Most High told you to do. You feel me? So it's very important. Again, that's a very good one that you brought out, young man Jarion. No doubt. So again, now the title of the class is Black Power Comes from the Black God. Black power comes from the black God. The first thing I want to do, because there's a couple of videos I want to pull up and I want to watch. You feel me? But before we get to those, first thing I want to do is define power. Who can tell me what power is? I'm gonna pull up the definition of it, but I want to see what y'all think power is. Who can tell me the definition of power? What y'all feel like power is? If y'all can type that in the chat. What's power? Who can tell me what power is? And it's not the television show, you know what I'm saying, that they play on what is that, Star? It ain't the one with ghosts. Nah, I ain't talking about that type of power. I'm talking about power, real power. What's power? Who can tell me what power is? And I'm gonna go ahead and get this definition up. Another good tool to have in your arsenal is going to be the Merriam-Webster dictionary. A dictionary is a good tool to have in your arsenal. You know what I'm saying? It's real important. It's real important that you say you be able to break down these certain words and stuff that you come across. Never assume. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that you don't know, and sometimes a lot of stuff you may think you do know. It never hurts to pull up the definition of the word and see what you actually read, see what it's actually talking about. So Sister Nazama now said to her, love, a foundation. That's power. That's a good one too, sis. That's a good one. I only think I have wrote that down for one of my highlights, but that's a very good one, because when we talking about the love like the Most High talking about, like we just read about in 1 John 5:3, that is a source of power. We just went through all the commandments and showed how that's a source of power. That's your foundation. So you are absolutely correct. Give her a hand. Love, foundation. Sister Deanna says strength, and that's a good one. Strength. The Most High said that we weren't going to have any might in our hand. That's strength. We weren't going to have no strength in our hand to stop them from snatching our children from us. We weren't going to have no might in our hand to fight this oppressor. We weren't going to have no might in our hand, no strength in our hand. And even when you look at us now, for us to be the fastest, us to be the strongest, we still don't have no strength. We don't have no strength. All of our big 6-7 foot, you know what I'm saying, warriors and soldiers, they out throwing the damn ball for their career. Or they running up and down, they running all through New York, you know what I'm saying, running from Becky. You know what I'm saying? That's why all our warriors that we don't have any real strength. What else we got? My rib said, what happens if you can't grow? Let sometimes you got all the time. Let it go. If you can't grow it again, if you ain't, because some of us don't have a beard. You got some brothers that just doesn't, that don't naturally grow a beard like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just don't paint one on your face. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you gotta let it go, let it go. Sometimes you gotta let it go. Ain't no sometimes, all the time. If you ain't got to let it go. There's no need you faking and pretending anything. You are an Israelite. You are a child of the Most High. There's nothing you should have to pretend about at all. You feel me? And if you don't pretend about it, I guarantee everybody in the world be trying to look like you. They be cutting their head to look like you. Why? If we really took advantage of the power that we have from the Most High. Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. I guarantee it's gonna be a clone of all of us out there trying to be just like us. Why? Because we follow the Most High and do what He tells us to do. Sister Nizam and I said the man in the home, and that's a good one. That's a good one. They took the man out the home. And that scripture says, if you want to steal a strong man goods, first thing you got to do is bind the strong man. You feel me? So by binding that strong man, they removed us from that home on purpose, because that's a source of strength that the Most High wanted us to have. You feel me? So they removed that on purpose. So those are very, very good answers. Those are good answers. Damn right, Sister Raya. But let's go ahead and pull up the definition. Let's go ahead and get the definition of power. Let's see. So I'm gonna share this. All right, here we go. All right, perfect. All right, so all I did again, same way how we use the King James app or that you can use on your phone. You can also put it up online. Everything has a website or an app or whatever to it now. Same thing with the dictionary. So you can go right here to the Webster's Merriam-Webster dictionary online. We're just gonna type in power. There's a couple things that I highlighted that I wanted to pull up from here that I want to make sure that we get a strong grasp of, so we can kind of compare that to see how what we think is power, what we think we have as power, really isn't power at all. It really isn't power at all. Let me fix my screen. Nope. Oh. No, I like the other one better. All right, here we go. All right, power. Y'all should be able to see that okay. I think everybody can see that all right. If you can't, just let me know. Bring it down a little bit. All right, so power. Definition 1. Definition 1A. Number 1 is the ability to act or produce an effect. What I wanted to highlight right there is produce. What do we produce as a people? Who knows what we produce as a people? It's very important that you be able to produce something. It says to produce, to act or produce an effect. Now, it's talking about an effect, but just in general, what do we produce as a people? Do we produce anything? The definition 2, ability to get extra base hits. That's a little different. That's not kind of what we're looking for. Okay, now Sister Ryan said children. We do produce children. What else we produce? As a people, as a nation, what do we produce? Because to have power, you got to produce something. What do we produce? And even with children, what type of children are we producing? See, if you in this ISUPK, children you're gonna produce, especially these new ones being born in the earth. You feel me? That's been following this law this whole time. You're gonna produce some strong children. You producing children. You producing strong children. You're producing leaders. But if you're not in here, what kind of children you producing? They don't follow the Lord. They looking for Christmas gifts in a couple of weeks or next week. In a couple, not even less, no, but by exactly a week, right? No, a week and a day. I can't tell. I ain't celebrating so long, you know what I'm saying? It'd be throwing me off now. But there you go, Sister Ryan. We produce entitled children now. Not children with no kind of power. They suck and take the power away from you. You feel me? And so again, this is just kind of going over some of the things that highlights power. It says the capacity for being acted upon or undergoing an effect. Definition B, legal or official authority, capacity or right. I don't know if y'all seen the video last week with a brother. The brother he was out changing his tire. She saw police officer saw him. The clip that they started to show, she already had him on the car, handcuffed, laying down on top of the car because he protested about him being there because he wasn't doing anything wrong. She takes her taser and sticks it right in his back and hit him with it, laugh, hit it with it again, laugh. The brother crying out in pain. He's crying out in pain, and she hitting him with it. Say it again. Say it again. He didn't have any power or legal or official authority or capacity or right to stop her. You feel me? That was a lack of power. He didn't have no power to stop her. He didn't have no legal or official authority or capacity to stop her. Sister Ryan said that was brutal. It was. It was. Officer Mataz Zachariah said he saw us bloodthirsty and torturous. He is absolutely bloodthirsty and torturous. And I think that's a point that we really don't understand. I really don't think we get that. Even after all of these years of captivity, we don't understand because they prettied it up so much. We don't understand just how brutal, bloodthirsty, and torturous they are. They get a kick out of that. They get a kick out of unaliving. It's different for a brother to be in hood, even if he unaliving his brother for money or whatever. Yeah, that's wrong. But you're not gonna see him sitting back here. They get a thrill out of hurting us and hurting others. That's just who they are. That's just who they are. And we're gonna read a little bit about that also. We definitely gonna come back to that. But yeah, they are bloodthirsty and torturous. Definition 2, position of control. We don't have position of control of anything here. After all of these years, all the money that we done generated, we don't have any position of power or control, authority or influence over others. Now we have influence. We have influence. But is it the right type of influence? Because we definitely got influence. If you're old enough to remember Crisscross, I always like to use this as an example. Crisscross with 2 kids. They are 2 kids, rappers. Crisscross, they wore their clothes backwards. After they had been out for a couple of months, people all over the world were wearing their clothes backwards. You feel me? We have a lot of influence because we're the salt of the earth. A lot of influence. You can't go to nowhere in this country and not get no soul food. We got a whole bunch of influence. But none of that influence that we have, it's not true power because we can't use it to free ourselves. We can't use it to liberate ourselves. That doesn't come from the Most High. That comes from us trying to appease and put on a good show for the oppressor. That comes from us trying to put money in our pockets so we can be like the oppressor. You feel me? So again, real power black power comes from the black God. And that's going to be from following these laws, statutes, and commandments. So we're going to pull up a couple of examples of what happens when that influence goes the wrong way, when that power or authority that we have goes the wrong way, when the things that we produce aren't what the Most High wants us to produce. And we're gonna watch a little bit of that shortly. Sister Ryan said, our nation outside this truth is only producing broken homes. Exactly. That's what we produce. We produce broken homes. Children are modern day slaves because they are lost and they love it here. Oh, you got so many of us right now so happy. They so happy. Hey, how you doing? Merry Christmas. I saw an oppressor with a whole bead, a whole necklace. How we wear our necklaces with our shield. This nigga here had lights, had Christmas lights on for a necklace. They so happy. And the brothers and sisters, how you doing? That's neat. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's we produce other slaves. We produce good slaves. That's what we produce. We produce good slaves. We produce entitled children. We produce broken homes. We produce weak brothers and strong sisters. That's what we produce. But that's not real power. That's not power. Definition B says one having such power, specifically a sovereign state. And that's the word I want y'all to kind of pay attention to. We're going to look at that next. Sovereign state. That's going to be the next one that we kind of look at. But just to finish the definitions, it says D, archaic, a force of armed men. In the Bible, we have armed men. We just coming up out of Hanukkah, the dedication of Hanukkah. And when you look at Matthias Maccabees, you know what I'm saying? When he gathered his sons together, he gathered together a force of armed men. It was out there armed men. They had their swords. They weren't going to do what the Greeks, what the Romans were telling them to do. You feel me? They weren't going to follow them. They were going to honor their father. They were going to honor the Most High. We were going to honor our heritage, our culture. We was going to regain what they had stolen from us. They exerted and showed real power that came from the Most High. And that we don't have in that. What's the black military? What's the black police force? We saw like what them 5 officers in Memphis. They unalived the brother. They beat a brother to death. Beat that brother to death, and he was calling out for his mother. That ain't the type of power that we need. That power works for the oppressor. That power works for this place, this country, this people. See, like we learn and hear all the time, when you worship another God, when you idolize another God and you worship these other gods, you serve these false idols, these other gods, you're going to serve the people of that God. So as long as you pushing and fighting and stick your head inside of a hole to kiss a rock, you're going to worship the Arabs. You're going to worship and you're going to serve the Arab people. As long as you believe in that Caesar Borgia and you out here ho-ho-hoing and Merry Christmas, you're going to serve Esau. You're going to serve him. And that's the power, and that you're going to find your power in serving him, not the power that the Most High wants for us, not the power that the Most High rightfully gave to us rightfully. It's rightfully ours. We're supposed to run this earth, but we've given all that power away by following this other nation. Following these other people, following these false religions, these false idols, all these vanities that we follow. And like the sister was saying, those are the things we produce. We don't produce anything powerful. We don't produce anything powerful because we follow a nation of people that have taken power from us. Definition C says a large number of or quantity. Even in that, we don't have children the way that we used to have children before. I was looking at something online and the sister was saying how she didn't want to have any kids, or I think it was a young sister on top of that as well. But when you look back in history, you have families that that's what it was. Putin over there right now in Russia, he's telling that he told his people that the norm should be them having 8 and 9 children again. Why? Because they're losing so many of their people in the war. You feel me? Their numbers are dwindling. See, this oppressor knows his way. His time is almost up. They know it. They know their time is almost up. So as a result, he's telling his people that, hey, that needs to be the norm. You having 8, 9 children. But a lot of us, when the Bible says to be fruitful and multiply, we stopped having children like that because it wasn't economically sound. Those pastors, Martin Luther King, pairing up with Margaret Sanger, right? They said that nah, that's a pathway to destruction, having all of these children, right? So we stopped doing that. But that's real power. We seeing right here, it's power in numbers. That's real power. If we're not having them like that, we unaliving those children. Officer Mataz Akara said 2 Samuel 22 and 33. Let's get it real quick. Then we'll come back here. But we stopped doing those things to have children. We stopped having those big families. You feel me? Because that wasn't economically feasible to have those big families. Let's go. We're going to go on the same screen here. And let's get that 2 Samuel 22 and 33. 2 Samuel 22 and 33. But again, those are sources. That's what power looks like. And we don't even realize by following this other nation. Now, they'll tell you don't have them children. They say don't have them children. This is a great precept. I didn't even have it and wrote down. Look, I'm going to have to write that one down. Also, Mataz Akara. This is an awesome precept. 2 Samuel 22 and 33. It says, the Most High is my strength and power. He maketh my way perfect. I mean, this precept sums up the whole, the part 1 and part 2 of the class. It sums it all up. Like the Most High gives us our strength. We don't have any strength. Why? Because we don't look to the Most High for strength. We look to our jobs, our slavery for strength. We look to who we gonna vote for. Hope and change. We look for putting Obama in there for strength. Right? That's what we look for strength. We look to the churches for strength, even though they lying to you. You look for your bosses for strength, even though you're in servitude to them. You look for this country for strength, your politicians for strength. You look for everybody else except for the Most High. You refuse to look to the Most High for your strength. And it says right here, 2 Samuel 22 and 33, the Most High is my strength and power. This is our strength. This is our power. This is why we don't have any strength and power. Reason being, we look to everywhere else except for the Most High. It says, and he maketh my way perfect. We didn't realize that by being fruitful and multiplying, how the Most High said, we want to get to the point now where it's commonplace for our sisters to unalive their children, our children in the abortion clinic. We didn't realize that. We didn't realize that when the Most High said that sex is marriage and you don't throw that sister away, right? And that sister stays with that man. We didn't realize that we would get to the point now where everybody's a baby mama and a baby daddy. Why? Because they didn't look to the Most High for that strength and that power. We didn't look to that. We didn't realize that again, by us following these other false idols, we didn't realize that by doing that we were going to weaken ourselves so much. Our brothers is into Buddhism. Some of our brothers is atheists. Some of them is Islam. You name it, our brothers is in it. I don't care what it is. It's gonna be, you're gonna find one of our ass gonna be there. I don't care what it is. We're gonna be there right in the middle. We finna be experts at it, right? Because we didn't realize that because we didn't look to our source of strength and power, which is the Most High, and He would have made our way perfect. This is what we're doing here in the ISUPK. We're retaining and regaining and getting back to who our true strength and power is, and that's the Most High. That's following these laws, statutes, and commandments. So that's an awesome precept. Give that brother a hand. Damn right, Officer Mataz Akara. All right, so let's get back to power. Hold on. Let's go back. All right. Then also after physical might, definition 3, it says mental or moral efficacy. One thing about us, we suffer from all types of mental diseases. You feel me? The Bible says that the whole head is sick. The whole head is, the way we think is sick. It makes no sense. We have no physical might and the whole head is sick. We don't even realize. It's kind of like you dying of thirst, right? You dying of thirst and it's a cup of water right there in front of you. But you don't even have the mental capacity to pick up that cup and drink from it. It says morally. We got pregnant women on stage twerking. You feel me? You got pregnant women on stage twerking. We got pastors that standing up in church with rainbow scarves on. You feel me? Rainbow scarves on with a first man next to him. Even though it says specifically in Leviticus that a man shall not lay down with a man like womankind. It says that specifically. You can't get around that. So our morals depleted, gone. And again, what also Mataz Zachariah brought up, that's why we don't have the strength and the power that we need to get away from this place. We don't got the strength and the power we need to build no nation. We've been talking the same black power by black, the same mess for the last 100-some years since we got out of slavery and haven't been able to do it yet. And even when we got out of slavery, we was a little bit stronger. We actually started to build black cities. And then they get back to that physical might. They get back to that moral capacity. They get back to those large number of men. They get back to the strength and power of the Most High. We didn't have enough strength and power from the Most High to keep that, to protect that. Why? Because we didn't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments like the Most High told us to do. Part 3, C, political control or influence. I done seen all types of politicians. You got black Republican politicians that sound just like Joel Osteen. That sound just like Trump when they talk. They try to out-Trump Trump. They try to out-Trump Trump. That, matter of fact, what's the one with the sister? It's one of the sisters. I forget what law it was. Matter of fact, that's right. The CRT. The whole thing with the CRT, with the critical race theory. Did y'all know a sister started that? She started the that campaign of getting rid of CRT out of school because we didn't need that. Yeah, sister did that. Sister. And if I'm not mistaken, her ass was an evangelist or a pastor also, even though the Bible says you're not supposed to be one. She's not supposed to. I suffer a woman not to teach. But she started the whole campaign as far as removing CRT from the school. That may have been an oppressor that put a battery in her back to do it, like they always do. But she jumped out there to say it, and folks followed doggone right behind her. Oh yeah, no doubt. And I'm gonna write that down too, so that when we come back in here, maybe I'll put her video up, because to hear her speak in the video, boy, I swear, if it wasn't for the brown complexion, you know what I'm saying, and the southern draw, you know what I'm saying, you would have thought it was coming from one of them, but no, it was us. It was us. Yep, damn right, it was us. All right, what else we got? All right, so one word I told y'all to keep mind of was specifically a sovereign state. Who knows what that definition of sovereign is? If you've heard them brothers with the funny hats, with the Shriner hats on, you know what I'm saying? They call themselves the Moors. They're so smart. The Moors, they can tell you the Constitution says this, and brother, the amendment such and such says this, and I ain't got to have no driver's license, and I ain't got to do this because I'm sovereign. Okay, sovereign. We're gonna look at the definition of sovereign next. We're gonna look at the definition of sovereign. We're gonna see what this is talking about right here. If you don't know, that's fine. But we're gonna go ahead and pull it up though. We're gonna pull up sovereign. So sovereign, one possessing or held to possess supreme political power or sovereignty. True black power from the black God would give us sovereignty. We would have supreme political power. When the Bible says the end of Esau's world is the beginning of Jacob, right? In our world, we're gonna be the supreme political power. It's gonna be righteous laws, like not eating pork, shrimp, lobster, and crab, like sex is marriage, like not lying or cheating your brother, like not murdering your brother and your sister. You know what I'm saying? Also, Mataz Zachariah is absolutely correct. I'm not driving, I'm a traveler. Look, it make it sound so good in a video. And again, that's just another example of how we get into any and everything else outside of what the Most High say we're supposed to do. Get out there and try that method if you want to. I hear stuff like that. I think about all the brothers. I think about the brother Philando Castile, who had a legal firearm with his baby in the back doggone seat and his reel right there next to him. He could have hollered out he was sovereign all day long, and it wouldn't have stopped those bullets from that cop's firearm. It wouldn't stop that. But you know what would have stopped that? That black power we get from the black God. That would have stopped that. Us having our own supreme political power from the Most High, that would have stopped that. If we want real power, we got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Got to. curse doesn't come without a cause. You feel me? We don't do what the Most High say do, so we don't have the protection of the Most High. You feel me? We can't protect one another. We can't love one another. Why? Because we don't do what the Most High say do. We think that by us breaking the laws, it's not hurting nobody, but it really is, though. It's hurting everybody. It ain't just nobody, it's everybody. It's everybody. That thing about sovereignty, that's a collective thing. That's not an individual thing. This is why it's so silly for them Moors. That's not an individual thing. It's not an individual thing. That's a collective thing. It said one that exercises supreme authority within a limited sphere, an acknowledged leader. And we have an acknowledged leader. Part of the reason why we have no power, because some of us followed Obama. Some of us follow Trump. Some of us follow our pastor. Some of us follow Eddie Long. We follow different people. Nobody wants to follow the Most High and who the Most High sent. Nobody want to follow Christ. They'll follow Caesar Borgia. They'll follow Santa Claus. They follow all that, but they don't want to follow. They don't want to follow Christ. They don't want to follow Yahushua. They don't want to follow the Most High. And this is why we don't have any type of power. So, all right. So now that we got that, it was one last. It was one more. One more. Where is it at? Where is it at? It's one more. Another part of power that we hear go right here. So we get down to the variance of the word, right? It says superlative in quality of the most exalted kind, supreme, this is one I wanted to get to. What D is good too of unqualified nature, unmitigated. It won't be challenged by nobody else, right? E also being paramount. But what I wanted to get to was C, having generalized curative powers. We would have curative powers if we had the power that the Most High gave us. That old man could have ate shrimp, crab, lobster, the whole nine, and ate his body into to the grave. Coming to this truth, do what the Most High said do, and his body gonna heal. Let's look at that word curative real quick, right before we get off this page. Then we're gonna get to these videos I want to pull up. The word curative. Relating to use or in the cure of diseases, tending to cure. We suffer from all types of diseases because we don't have any type of power. We ain't no power to fix it. We don't have no power. We're not producing anything. We ain't growing our own food. We rely on the oppressor for everything. We rely on the oppressor for clothing, for water, for food, for shelter, which means we are subject to every wicked device out of his mind. Like Officer Murtaza Akara said, he's torturous. He's bloodthirsty. So we're going to be subject to all of that. Why? Because we don't produce anything. We don't have no real power. The influence we have, we use it to further our slavery, further our status in captivity, is not to free ourselves from this place. You feel me? So I just wanted to, when they pointed out that word curative, I just wanted to touch on that because, again, we can't even cure our own selves, our own bodies, our own mind, each other. Why? Because we lack that power. And like Officer Murtaza Akara brought out with that excellent precept, our strength, our strength and our power is in the Most High. It's the Most High. You feel me? That's where our strength and our power comes from. And he maketh our way perfect. All right, so let's stop this. I just wanted to show a little bit of the lack of power that we have. I wanted to show a little bit of the lack of power that we have, and then we're gonna pull up one of my favorite scriptures that we always go over when we're here. Well, not always, but a lot of times we pull up what wisdom is, because wisdom is power. We're going to pull that up, and then we're going to get to these other scriptures. Then we're going to get into a good definition of Esau. Good definition of Esau. Officer Murtaza Akara said Deuteronomy 28:48. I know what that one says. Let's pull it up real quick. No might in your hand. Let's get it. Now, this was a great precept. Most High is my strength and power. He maketh my way perfect. Let's get Deuteronomy 28:48. The book of Deuteronomy 28, if you don't know, the book of Deuteronomy 28, when he's talking to the children, and he's letting them know, right? That first 1 through 15 is going to be the blessings that you would get if you did what the Most High said do. These going to be the blessings you're going to get. That power that we talking about. You're going to get this power if you do what I said do. But that's 16 through what? That's 16 through 68. It's all in what was going to happen when we didn't follow the Most High. All right, so let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 48 real quick. All right, so Deuteronomy 28 and 48 reads, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. This scripture is so compact because, again, we don't even realize that by us celebrating Christmas, we serving our enemies. We don't realize that. We think these people are friends. When you see Jonathan Majors running all through New York City, you know what I'm saying? When he first got with that Becky, that Uma, what's that lady name? Uma something. Rough looking she saw. He got him all rough looking, manly face she saw. But he didn't realize, you know what I'm saying, when he got with her, that was an enemy that he was getting with. I bet he knows it's an enemy now. Uma Thurman, look, look, her name is rough. She got an ugly name and a face to match. Yeah, he got him an old Uma Thurman looking Becky. He got a Uma Thurman looking Becky chasing him all through New York City. You would have thought it was a scene out of a Halloween movie. You know what I'm saying? Him running through New York City and her running behind him. But again, he didn't realize that was an enemy. That's an enemy. We don't think that we got enemies as a people. You feel me? We don't realize that we got enemies because we don't realize who we are. If we knew that we was God's children, we would know, oh, yeah, God's children has enemies. Sister Ryan said we acting up over here. We just telling the truth. That's all. We tell the truth in the ISUPK. Look, you tell the truth in here. I don't know what that brother was doing. And look, as fast as he was running, he wasn't drunk, so he seen the face. As fast as he was running, he wasn't drunk. He ain't stumbled at all when he running from. I'm gonna pull the video up. He wasn't stumbling at all when he was running from her. He wasn't stumbling. You feel me? But he still was seen out with her. You got some brothers don't even want to be seen out with a good sister. Good sister. This fool all on camera with Uma Thurman, you know what I'm saying, running from her in New York City. No problem, because she Becky. But Becky is an enemy. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Most High shall send against thee. We think the only enemies we got are the enemies that we come in contact with. We don't realize that this is an enemy that the Most High sent against us. We got a whole nation of enemies against us because of the nation that we are. But because we don't realize that, we want to be Gentiles. We want to be Americans. We want to be black. We want to be Moors and sovereign. We want to be Muslims. We want to be everything else except for the children of Israel. So we don't know identity, and we don't know that the children of Israel have enemies, and the Most High sent them enemies against us. And hunger, when we hungry, we got to go to them. And then thirst, when we thirsty, we got to go to them. It's some brothers say, I only drink alkaline water with the right pH balance and so forth and so forth. And I guarantee when you pay that bread for that alkaline water with that pH balance, you're giving that money to the oppressor. It all comes from them. If we one of these days we're gonna look into Nestle. One of these days we're gonna have a class talking about Nestle and how Nestle done bought up whole bodies of water. You got places where people only don't have clean water because the companies have bought up the whole bodies of water. Do you realize how oppressive that is? You got mothers and daughters and babies being unalive, sick, because there's no source of clean water because this company owns all the sources of clean water. Can't make this up. Can't make it up. That's this place here. So in thirst and in nakedness, all your clothing gonna come from them. We don't own no textile mill. You might go buy the fabric from here and from there, wherever, but you still gonna pay Esau at the end of the day. Still gonna pay Esau at the end of the day. I had a sister ridiculing me on the way that we dress. We are in the street. You feel me? Why? Because it wasn't no designer label. Not realizing we looking like our folks, our heritage, our people, our culture, how we looked in the Bible. But you proud to walk around here, spend all that money to look like the oppressor, how the oppressor tells you to look. No power, no power, no, not even searching or looking for any type of power. You see ridicule. You when you see power, when you see us, you see the ISUPK, you actually seeing true power. But when you see power, it don't look power. It don't look like power to you. It looks ridiculous to you. You know what I'm saying? It looks strange to you. Why? Because you're not in touch with the Most High. You don't know what the Most High requires of us, and you don't know what Most High's power is. Awesome Tazakara said it is designer. Our damn designer. Hey, tell me about it. We got one on here in the class. You feel me? And we are amongst celebrity right here in the class. We got our own designers. How many of them can say to you, I know Louis Vuitton, or I know I don't even know these I don't even know most of these the name brand designers anyway, because a lot of them is alternative lifestyle members. You feel me? But we got our own designers right here in the UPK. You feel me? Right here in the UPK. If that ain't power, I don't know what power is. I don't know what power is. Now I'm waiting, since we speaking on it. I'm waiting on, you know what I'm saying, some of them designs to be released. Awesome Tazai, right? You know what I'm saying, Sister Rye, because hey, you already know I'm rocking mine real tough. But now we got some talented brothers in the UPK, brothers and sisters in the UPK, and that's true power. That's real power. And in want of all things, everything that we want is gonna come from them. Sister Rod said she way too. I already know. I already know. We don't talk. I know. I'm gonna have to jump on that telephone thread as well, so we can apply some more pressure. Cause we gonna put Virginia on the map. Like, oh, them brothers and sisters is showing out down there in VA. But it's just a matter of time. You do great, awesome work. And in one of all things, everything we want, everything we need comes from this oppressor. And that in itself is a lack of power. The fact that I got to go to my enemy for everything, that's a lack of power. If you don't recognize, or if you can't see that that's a lack of power, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But I don't know what to tell you. If you can't see that that's a lack of power, that you got to go to the one that hates you, that can't stand you for everything. We got to send our children to the oppressor to learn. We send our children to our enemy to learn. That's a lack of power. This scripture right here break that down. I mean, this is also another awesome precept. And he should put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. We all familiar with in slavery. They put the iron around our neck. And some of the irons have bells on, so they can hear you when you move around. Make sure you couldn't run away or whatever. Until he have destroyed them. When you look around now, when you look around us now, we have been destroyed. We've been destroyed as a people. Let's get a couple examples of it. You know what I mean, let me show you what I mean when I say we destroyed as a people and how we have a lack of power. Let me show you a lack of power. This is what a lack of power looks like. Now, if you're a Marvel fan, if you're a Marvel fan, you know what I'm saying, are you familiar with Marvel? You know how big, you know how much money this cat done lost.
At Take 5, you stay in your car because we're faster than you think.
Not the brother right there.
That was so fast.
But this brother right here. You know, I had to pull it up. I had to pull it up. But if you're familiar with Marvel, now this is him putting Uma Thurman back in the truck. I think he got his phone. He off to the races. Get off. He gone. And I mean, he running full speed. And this is what we're talking about with Jason and the stalking. Like I don't care how fast he go, she right there on. Look at right there on. That's a lack of power right there. And Creed, he was so strong in Creed, you know what I'm saying? He knocking fools out in Creed, but he can't get Becky off him. Can't get Becky. Look, so Ryan said she in heels too. So and you know they do that race in New York City where everybody in heels and they running. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she be out there, but yeah, she's in heels. But she on them. But like if you familiar with Marvel at all, right? If you familiar with Marvel, the movies and so forth, you know just how much wealth he has sacrificed by cohorting with Becky. Reason being, I had even pulled up a little bit on it. One of their worst movies to date, you know what I'm saying? Like last recent years or whatever, right? Sister Ryan said it really looks like a horror movie. It does. And if you it really looks like a horror movie. Because even in watching that, like to the common eye, you may have watched it and said, well, no, he's trying to get away from her. He's trying to get away from her. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to avoid conflict. But if you and you're looking at it, you know, you already dealing with Becky. You done already gave up any bit of power control you had. You know what I'm saying? You don't even realize that that's your enemy. You feel me? So we know when it comes to that courtroom, the odds are not favorable. But if you look at any of the Marvel movies, right, one of their disappointing movies or series or, you know what I'm saying, movies was the Ant-Man and the Wasp, right? I think it's like 2 or 3 movies, right? That's one of their worst ones. It made about 476 million. One of their worst ones today, right? Iron Man, before Iron Man, the Avengers joint. The Avengers series, it made about 2.8 billion. And your Iron Man joint, Iron Man made about 30 billion, right? Well, Mr. Majors was set up to be the new villain in all of the movies. Not just one, but like all of the Marvel movies, he was the villain. They just did a series, Loki, TV series I watched. He's the villain in there. Anything that was Marvel coming out, he was gonna get a piece of it. Every last one of them, because he was the main villain that took over the multiverse, the whole nine, so everybody had to come and fight him. He's about to be bigger than Spider-Man, all of them. But dealing with Becky, all that economic power going out the window. And again, if it's not of the Most High, again, it's not true power anyway. But just to kind of give you an idea how ill-advised that was, and had he just known just a little bit of the law, those my enemies, no interracial marriage, like Officer Uriah Shimon was saying, just a little bit of it, it would have saved them a couple billion would have saved them. You feel me? Let me show you another lack of power. When we looked at that definition of power, one thing it said was influence, right? What I want to share. Now, this is a little twofold right here, right? If you will see right, this is our TikTok page. Notice how I said that this is our TikTok page because we're a family here. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the Virginia TikTok pages. And if you know what I'm saying, you look down again, if you haven't joined already, this is so you know how to get on there and join. Even if you're not real big on social media, that's fine. We're here to do some work. So you know what I'm saying, jump in the comments, the whole nine. But I wanted to show you one of the ones that I've done on here. Now, in the beginning of the class, I wasn't even planning on doing this, but in the beginning of the class, you know what I'm saying, we had talked about.
All right, today,
Black fatherhood
tactics. We're going to talk about absent fathers and inconsistent fathers. The reason why we're going to talk about this is because a lot of women have been running into issues of fathers not being in their children's life. All right, and fathers not being quote unquote consistent with their children when it comes to raising them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I may have a solution for you to understand why this may be happening. First, a father is just a man with children. Remember, a father is just a man with children. So let's break it down. Society has influenced our women to believe that they don't need a man for anything. Now, if you don't need a man for anything, that means you don't need a father, because a father is just a man with children. So if you believe that you don't need a man, that means you don't need a father. This is why fathers have become absent.
All right, now look, I wasn't planning on showing that one, but that's like an awesome example of black power right there. How many of us, you know what I'm saying? You can give me a 1. Give me a 1 in the chat if you know anybody, or if you yourself grew up without a father. Watch this. If you grew up without a father, or if you know somebody that grew up without a father in our community, just us, give me a 1 in the chat. If you haven't, if you don't know nobody without no father, everybody 2-parent household, mother and father. If you came up 2-parent household, mother and father, just give me a 2 in the chat. We're gonna do a little survey real quick. So 1 in the chat if you yourself didn't have a father, mother, father, one specifically a father, or if you knew somebody that you grew up with that didn't have a father. Because see, when I was coming up, it was commonplace Nobody had a dad. Nobody. I was fortunate enough to have what they call a stepfather. Now I know I'm more wiser now because, again, regardless if we fathers to each other, that's always been our culture. Something was to happen to us, another brother would step in. And Sister Coco said 2 parents, her parents still together, married. But did you know anybody? Oh, she already put a 1 in there. Look, she put a 1 in the 2. She put a 1 in. Well, look at these ones coming in. Awesome Tazakara said 1. Sister Ryan said 1. Miss Coco said 1. Sister Deanna said 1. You feel me? I throw 1 up in there. So again, now the video we just watched, when you think about all the households that came up without a father, what Officer Yarash is dropping on that Black Fatherhood Tactics on TikTok, well, Officer Yarash is dropping right there. That's real power. That's a real source of power. That's curative power. That's gonna cure a disease that we got in our community right there. That's real power. When you saw Jonathan Majors running from Becky, that was not real power. That wasn't real power. All right. But another thing I wanted to show you was this one. Let me show you this one right here. Where is it at? And again, you can see all the hard work we do on this TikTok page. Sister Ryan said we should all be flooding ones. I mean, is that because we all know? I mean, like, that's commonplace, and it's such a sad thing, but that's common for us. That's common for us. I didn't know nobody that didn't. Like, it's rare for anybody to not have a father. You know what I'm saying? To have both parents, to have a father, that was rare. All right, what's the one I wanted to get for y'all? Where is it at? Oh, there it is, right there. We talked, and when we look at that definition of power, again, we talked about the curative advantages of it. Then we also talked about influence. Check this out.
Healing y'all. I know I look like a bug. You better show me some love when you see me.
Christian BBL.
I paid a good price.
Yeah, Christian BBL. Famous influence, right?
Your favorite IG model ain't got nothing on me. Fashion Nova on my
I'm just following the man above me off some Tazakara. That's all. All right. But I just wanted y'all to see that, right? And everybody see the Christian BBL she got. I think this chick got millions and millions of followers. Right? Millions of followers. So I'm gonna stop that. And then I want to show you this. Nah, no doubt. Look, again, I be following the men above me, man. That's it. And I'm old too. I be trying to work that social media. I be trying learn something new every day. But I showed you the Christian BBL. You know what I'm saying? Just to line this part right. Just to line this one up right here. Let me show you what. Because when it talked about power, it talked about influence, right? Well, check this one out.
Check out this week's Lidl deals. Spiral sliced ham is 95 cents a pound.
A woman says that a Dallas plastic surgeon basically botched her plastic surgery, leaving her in a wheelchair.
And now the Oklahoma nurse is seeking millions of dollars in damages after she says her life was changed forever. Brooke Rogers live in Dallas with her story. Brooke?
And Kaylee, this is the lawsuit. It was filed in Dallas District Court today. In it, the patient says what was supposed to be a minor augmentation has likely left her paralyzed permanently.
Yeah, y'all heard that, right?
It's a cosmetic enhancement
go get a
known
BBL,
as
and now she
Brazilian
can't walk.
butt lift, made popular by the likes and looks of some Hollywood celebrities. But for Oklahoma nurse Rolanda Hutton, it was supposed to be a minor makeover.
And I didn't do this to be a video vixen or anything like that. I just went in for something, just a slight enhancement.
She left in a wheelchair after her January procedure at Dallas Plastic Surgery Institute and Dallas Day Surgery Center. Her attorney says Dr. Samir.
I'm gonna stop it there because I'm gonna stop it there because we've been a little short on time. So I want to make sure I get to a couple more things. But the main point is, who did y'all hear her profession? Who heard her profession in the story? Who heard her profession? First, we saw the Christian BBL, right? And like I said, she's an influencer with millions of followers. Not to say that she started the trend. Even in the news report, they were telling you that it started is really with our women trying to look like Kim Kardashian. The Kardashians are really ones who kind of started that. It was taboo for our women to get plastic surgery for a long time. And then just like everything else, just like it was taboo for a lot of men to be sodomites. It was taboo for our men to be sodomite. But you round this oppressor long enough, and before you know it, now hey, we got first men's now. We got first men's now. All right, so Sister Deanna said, wow, yep. Sister Coco said, nurse, you are absolutely correct. Give her a hand. She's a nurse. Sister Ryan said nurse. Also, Mataza Akara said nurse. Don Jefferson said 2. Where you at, Sister Aisha? Where you at? You said 2. You might be a little bit behind in the video. We talking about some Christian BBLs now, but she said 2. She may be a little bit behind in the video when I was asking about the 1 or 2. Sister Ryan said Kanye Mama, DC Young Fly. Exactly. We talked about the brothers and the sister. Young man Jerry Young brought up a great point when he talked about Leviticus 19 and Leviticus 19 and 47, I believe. Make sure I get it right in case anybody else was looking back on it. Now I could have sworn I wrote it down. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Leviticus 19 and 27. Yep, I think my ribs a little bit high too. She said 1 also. But when he brought up that Leviticus 19 and 27, even the men, again, we so stuck on cosmetic and vanity and how that looked for a long time. It was taboo for our people didn't get surgeries. Like we didn't need it. Our women didn't need that. But again, following this oppression, you didn't think Christmas is going to lead to Christian BBLs. And this lady is a nurse. And like you said, even with Kanye, his mom didn't need surgery. Gone. DC Young Fly White didn't need surgery. Well, I think she called a mommy tuck or something like that. Gone. Also, Mataza Akara said, damn surgeons Ishmaelite. Oh, and they always, you look, proud Ishmaelite too. Everybody devours and eats off us. That BBL surgery, it's amazing to me that they even allow it because it's a surgery that they call medically unnecessary. It has like a 60-something% success rate. Normally, with anything like that, they wouldn't even allow you to do it, right? But because it's our foolish people following these other nations, you see the result. That's a lack of power. That's a lack of power right there. That's a lack of power, and it all comes because of us who we follow. It comes as a result of us not looking to the Most High for our strength and our power, and that power has curative effects. It has political strength. Everything comes with that. Everything that we lack as a people comes with that. But because we follow the wrong people, is why we don't have any of that. Sister Coco said, shaking my head, I'm an influence, and I was thinking about it, but look, like we told the young man, right? Hey, sometimes you just gotta let it go. If the Most High gave it to you, he gave it to you for a reason. You right in the right spot. You in the spot in the ISUPK where I guarantee you, your brother gonna appreciate everything you got, everything you don't got. It's all acceptable here. No enhancements needed. None whatsoever needed. We get all of that mess from this oppressor. All of it comes from this oppressor. For years, they were trying to look like us. For years, they shamed Black women because of their big behind and big breasts and so forth and so forth. Now it's cool. It's everybody trying to look like Kim Kardashian, right? Everybody trying to achieve that look, and it doesn't even look natural. It don't even look right. You look like I'm not even gonna go into what it actually. It looks wrong. It don't even look right. It don't fit. Sister Ryan said, "Real brothers appreciate woman covered and modest." Absolutely correct. You ain't gotta do all of that. We gonna respect more what's up in your head than the fat and tissue that they move around and reallocate within inside your body. That makes no sense. And just another way for this oppressor to get over on us. It's another way for them to take advantage of us and so forth. And it's another good example of how we lack power here in this place. I wanted to get a couple more scriptures before we got up out of here. We right on the time right now. But I just wanted to bring up I wanted to bring up this oppressor because it's important that we know who we follow. I just wanted to bring this up, who we actually follow. And so I'm going to bring up, we're going to start with Let's start with 2nd Ezra. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. This is one of my favorite scriptures. Actually, the ones I got marked for tonight are some of my favorite scriptures. We're going to pull up 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and 54. You're absolutely right, Sister Aish. Absolutely right. All right, so again, some of my favorite ones. This is 2nd Ezra. You're gonna find this inside of that Apocrypha, which again is that contained within inside of that 1611 King James Version. Yep, and Sister Aish, you're absolutely correct. She's a nurse. She's a nurse. Yep. But let's see who the people that we follow. Because just like we read in Deuteronomy 28 and 48, these are enemies that the Lord has sent that the Lord put on us, right? But we don't know that this is our enemy, and we don't know who these people are. Like when Officer Matthias Zachariah talked about how torturous and just how evil these people are, right? Like the Bible tells us all this. The Bible gives us true power. If you don't know your enemy, you're gonna be at a disadvantage, right? You're gonna be at a disadvantage if you don't know who your enemy is. The Bible gives us real power. It lets us know who we are, and it lets us know who our enemy is as well. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And it reads, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Adam was made Lord over all the creatures. Adam named all the animals and so forth. Right? Of him come we all. You'll see that we got 2 E's on it again because this is the King's English, just 16, that old English, right? So it's gonna be some stuff that's gonna that might look a little different to you. So it's actually good that we're going through this so you can kind of see. All right. Of him come we all. How do we all come from Adam? Who knows? Who could type in the chat real quick? How do we all come from Adam? Who knows? When it's saying of him come we all come from Adam. Is that saying that Adam and Eve were the first people on earth? First man and woman? Is that what it's saying? Or is it saying something else? How do we all come from Adam? Who can tell me? Everything in the scriptures is wrote for a purpose. It's wrote for a specific reason. Every word in the scriptures. There's nothing in there that's in vain. Nothing. Now, Sister Rod said la'ah. Now, I think you're saying la'ah that they weren't the first people. And if that's what you're saying, you are absolutely correct. But who knows how we all come from Adam? What is it saying right here? And I might just give it to you for time's sake. Who knows when it's saying that we all come from Adam? What is it saying? Because Christianity is going to tell you that, okay, damn right, I got you, sister, I got you. Sister, Christianity is going to tell you that there was 2 people. She went and got this apple that the Lord told her not to eat, right? Get this apple that the Lord told her not to eat, and this is how it all started, how we got kicked out the garden. And that's an absolute lie. That's a lie. Sister Coco said first sinner, and now that you right on it. You right on it. That first sin, that first main sin is how we all come from Adam. Trooper Carl said Adam had the laws. He's absolutely correct. The Most High breathed life or them laws, statutes, and commandments into Adam. But Adam wasn't the first man. He was on the 5th day, man was created, right? Adam came after that. It was already people here. That's just a lie that Christianity tells because again, they have learned this Bible from the oppressor. And so they see it through the eyes of the oppressor. And the oppressor, because he's not us, he don't understand how we talk. You know, we speak in Ebonics now. We talk a certain way. If a person in have you ever seen a snake talk? None of us has ever seen no doggone snake talk. If we ever saw a snake talk, we would test something up. We would move some furniture around, get the hell up out of the room if we saw one of them talking, right? So when the Bible is talking about that, it's not speaking about that literally. Adam and Eve weren't the first 2 people on earth. That doesn't make any sense. But what does make sense is what and Truth Carl is absolutely correct. He gave them that breath of life. That breath of life is on those laws, statutes, and commandments. When it says that we come from him all, of him come we all, is what Officer Matthias Zachariah is talking about right here. Noah was a descendant of Adam. So when the Most High destroyed this earth, when he flooded this earth over interracial marriage, because of what Jonathan Majors was doing with Uma Thurman out there. Because of that, the Most High flooded the entire earth. 8 people lived. 8 people survived. That was Noah, his rib, and his 3 sons, Ham, Japheth, and Shem, and their wives. They ribs, right? So Noah being a descendant of Adam, and then Noah recreating everybody else from his 3 sons, right? That's how we are all descendants of Noah. That's how we all, that's how of him come we all. This is how we all come from Adam. So it's a very good that give all y'all a hand for that, because again, just by joining into these classes, y'all being in here, y'all know so much more. You have so much more knowledge, so much more wisdom, so much more power, because you know the truth of the Bible. Verse 55. And this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. That world that was made was the world of Israel. The Most High made that world of Israel for our sakes. Trooper Carl said Adam was God's chosen line. Absolutely. He was the beginning of our line. He was the beginning of the Israelites. You feel me? He was the beginning of this. This is where our line started from. Now, they didn't call him Israel then. Jacob hadn't got here to be called Israel yet, but that was the beginning of it. That was the beginning of our line, right? In verse 55, it says, because thou madest the world for our sakes. That world of Israel, that was made for us, for his people, his chosen line, just like Trooper Call is talking about. All right. Verse 56. And as for the other people, actually, Salaki, I skipped something. Salaki. If we go back up to 54, very, very important part of him come we all, right? Talking about us, Israelites, blacks, Latinos, Native Indians. Of him, him come we all, right? Then it says, and when I'm Salakia, everybody comes from him, out of those 3 descendants, right? Then it says, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. This is talking about that chosen line that Trooper Call was talking about right there. And that chosen line is going to be your blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. So everybody comes from Adam by way of Noah after the flood, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, right? But the chosen people also come out of Adam. And that's the important part about it. It's always a separation or a distinction between everybody else and us. And right now, if you go outside, everybody's celebrating Christmas, even though it's a distinction between us and them. It's okay if they do it. We're not supposed to do it. They can eat all the pork, crab, shrimp, lobster they want to. We're not supposed to do it. Women can jump from man to man to man. They can be just as alternative lifestyles as they want to be. That's them. But we're not supposed to. The Lord told us not to do it. And that's the important part about it. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, we are that chosen people. So everybody come from Adam and the people that thou hast chosen, blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. All right. Verse 56. This is what I wanted to get to, because we don't realize these people that we follow. We don't realize these nations, these other nations that we follow, the idolizing that we do, the worshiping that we do of these other nations stuff. Verse 56 says, as for the other people. First, it was talking about the chosen people, right? Now it's talking about everybody else, the other people. As for the other people, your Arabs, your Chinese, your East Indians, your Russians, your Americans, you name it. If they're not black, Latino, or Native Indian, now it's talking about them. Now we're talking about them. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, like he just said in verse 54, thou hast said that they are nothing. This is why this is one of my favorite scriptures right here. This is why it's one of my favorite ones. We follow, when you celebrating Christmas, you're celebrating and worshiping nothing. When you celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day, you celebrating and worshiping nothing. When you put your power, your strength, your might in this country, your president and Christianity, you are putting your power, your faith, your might into nothing. The Lord had already, I keep going. As for the other people which also come from Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle. As I've taught this class, and I've been sitting up here, spittle has came out my mouth at certain times, and you didn't see me stop. Oh shit, you didn't see me stop, try to collect it, put it back in my mouth, wipe it up, or nothing. Because spittle or spit, right, is nothing. It's nothing. Just like these other nations. The Most High loves you. Most High gave us power. The other nations took power. Why? Or we gave them power because we didn't follow the Most High. Because we didn't follow the Most High. He put them to serve. He brought them that nation on us because we didn't want to serve him. That's how they got the power that they got. But if you look right here, you'll see that they're nothing but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them. So if you loop all of them up together, all your Arabs, all your Chinese, all your Japanese, all your Edomites, the Jewish one, the fake imposter ones, the Russian ones, the American ones, the French ones, you put all of them together. Everybody else that's not Black, Latino, or Native Indian, all of them. The Most High has likened those, so they're just like the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So if we got a cup and a vessel, this cup I got here with this green tea in it, right? If a drop fall out this cup, that drop will be like everybody else. What still remains inside this cup, that's Israel. That's how the Most High thinks about us. That's Israel. Why would we follow that doggone drop? Why would we follow nothing when the Most High has made us so powerful? He made us powerful to begin with, but we don't realize that. That's why we don't have any of the power that the Most High has reserved for us. You feel me? All right, last one, verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen meaning non-Israelites, which have ever been reputed as nothing. So when it's saying, now this is another good example. You see it says H-A-U-E. Why be those certain, again, those letters hadn't been made yet, so it's going to look like this when you're reading in Old English or whatever. But don't let that discourage you. Don't let that discourage you. You read it, you break it down, and eventually it'll look just like everything else to you. Because when I read it, it doesn't really hinder me at all when I'm reading like this. You know what I'm saying? But for some people, I know there can be a little bit of a challenge. But again, don't let anything stop you from that truth. Don't let nothing stop you from getting to class. Don't let, if you're able to go to a physical class, don't let it stop you from getting there. If you got to tune in, like Sister Nazama and I say, when you at work and you got to tune in your earbuds or whatever, do that. But don't let nothing stop you from getting to this doggone truth. But it says, which have ever been reputed as nothing. When it says ever been reputed means this has always been their reputation. It's only new to us in 2023 that they so great. Oh, we love Christmas now, but that was always a heathen custom. That was never our custom. They were always nothing. Only reason that they feel like there's something now, they reigning over you, they performing your BBLs right now. They chasing you all through New York City. Why? It's because we forgot their reputation. We don't understand their reputation no more. But the Most High said that they were nothing. Have begun to be lords over us. They in charge of us now. That's your boss when you get to work. Again, we go to them for all things: water, food, shelter, you name it, all things. They are on top of us. Amalek, the Jewish own everything. That's where you get your media from. That's where you get your music from. That's what we had a class some months back where we learned that's where you get your identity from. That's where you get your source of blackness from. Who told you to act like this and be like that? That you get that from them. They are lords over us. And they have begun to devour us. They eat us alive. Every industry is built off our back. Everything. This entire country was built off the slavery, the captivity that we've been in. And it's not just this empire. Just like it says, they have always been reputed as nothing. They always had their reputation as nothing. Guess what reputation we always had? We always had the reputation of building up everybody else's damn empire. We always had the reputation of not following. We'll do good. We'll follow the Most High. He'll bless us. Everybody see how strong we are, how wise we are as a people. Then we will lose it. We start following the other nations. We've always had that reputation. Always. And they know it. Well, certain pockets of them still know it. You feel me? And because they know it, they know how to take advantage of us. They know how to take advantage of it. They know how to continue to keep building their empires off of us. Sister Ryan said facts. Yep. And she said work us for crumbs. Absolutely. If you see even the more well-to-do off ones of us, the millionaires, the billionaires, the LeBrons, the Jonathan Majors, It may seem like they doing oh so well, but best believe if they can pay him $1 billion, or they done made $100 billion off of him, and they doing that consistently. You feel me? Consistently. Everybody's familiar with Michael Jackson, right? I was looking at class the other night. General Hammond had brought it out. He asked Siri. Oh, he asked Siri. And he asked Alexa. I'm Slovakia. He asked Alexa. Asked him how much was Michael Jackson worth. Then he said 500 billion, I think. 500 billion or 500 million, right? Then he asked how much was he in debt. He said 500 billion, 500 million. So pretty much zero. Balanced out zero. One of the most known superstars in the entire world died penniless. You feel me? Penniless. What kind of power is that? What kind of power is that? That's not power. That's not power. Why? Because the same people that lord over us took it all. The same people that lord over us that have always been nothing, that we don't know, that we don't realize and know is nothing, but them the ones you're signing them contracts with. Oh yeah, he was penniless. Sister Rod, nothing. And even when you look at the influence, like we were talking about the influence earlier, the Christian BBL, right? Even if you look at the influence of Michael Jackson, I mean, you had people going to his concerts and he would do one of these moves. They falling out crying. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get the ambulance in to get them out. He had influence worldwide. Now think about it. Worldwide influence. When you look at those pictures of him as a child and those pictures of him as an adult, they had took our brother and turned him into a white woman by the time he got old. They took that young brother, that young, talented, gifted brother, and morphed him into a white woman by the time he got older. By the time he perished and he left this place. That's the power that that's the power that we will. Sister Ryan said, should have stopped buying giraffes and monkeys. Look, damn right. Yeah, damn right. But look, one of my persons got this in total, but he wanted to be Peter Pan, child forever, Peter Pan, child forever again. And that even gets back to brother young man Javion. We talked about the beard on your face and how we supposed to present ourselves as men, right? They took that from him. I give you this, but you're not gonna be able to present yourself as no man. I give you that, but you're not gonna have no real power. By the time he had died, he had had rewrote his contracts and stuff to the point where he was gonna own about 50% of Sony. A lot of those catalogs, like the Beatles and all that, he owned all of that. All that was going to be rightfully his. And a week before, it was going to be his. 1 week before it was going to be his, he was out of here. That's where we at, because we don't wield any kind of real power. We don't wield any kind of real power, and it's because we don't realize who these people are. All right, now that's 9:17. We went through that. I was going to show you a little bit more about Esau. We'll start there next week. It's a couple more scriptures that just talk about just how evil, how wicked these people really are. But I'm almost positive they're going to give us more ample ammunition and more stories and stuff for us to go over to show just how wicked and evil they are, just how low down of a people that they are. They are truly the base cavemen that they are. You know what I'm saying? That bloodlust that we talked about, that torturous bloodlust spirit that they have. We'll pick up here tomorrow when not tomorrow, but next week. Yeah, so like next week when we come back in, it's 9:17. It's been an awesome class. If there aren't any more questions, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. So I'm gonna stop this here. Again, that was maybe I should read that last one. Maybe we'll come back. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Yeah, we'll come back to it. Again, this is one of my favorite scriptures, because again, it just breaks down that whole myth of Christianity, that we all one and we all bleed red and all that other garbage, because it tells you right there, I don't care what they say. It's always been a separation or a difference between us and them. The reason why we don't have any power, the power that the black God gave his people. When I say black, I mean black, Latino, and Native Indian people. Why? Because we worship and follow everybody else. We worship the ones the Most High said were nothing. Those heathens is who we follow. That's who we follow. That's who we follow. That's who we worship. That's who we give our all into. And that's why they're chasing us through New York City. You feel me? They unaliving us, getting BBLs, trying to look like them. You know what I'm saying? We are where we at now because we do not go to our source of power, like Officer Matazar Kara brought out in that 2 Samuel 22 and 33. That's our source of power, the Most High, our strength and our power. So again, yeah, the water to everybody. This was a great class. The water for everybody attending. The water for all your okay, I see you. Said Kwaha class, damn right. The water for everybody. Coming up in here. Now we have class tomorrow with Captain Natazak Nashah. Captain Natazak Nashah, strong class, damn right. I knew that's what you're trying to say. Strong class. With Captain Natazak Nashah, scripture breakdown. So if anything you want to get answered, that'd be a perfect time for it. He's gonna break it all the way down for you. Friday, we're gonna have the Lashawan Kodash, where we're gonna learn our Hebrew language. And we've been stepping it up and doing a great job in that class. That class is really coming along. So make sure you are there. Don't slack on your Hebrew. I had a brother say, I forget what was I was talking to, but he was like, you really think we're gonna be talking the slave master's language when we hit our own kingdom? And it dawned on me, hell no, we're not gonna be talking the slave master language when we get to our own kingdom. We're gonna get rid of the Christmas trees and the English. We're gonna get rid of all of the above. Now that's gonna be up to Officer Mataza Al-Kara. I think so. I think we are gonna try to get it all everybody on camera then. So I think so. But I know we're gonna be working it out this week to see if we can actually do that or not. But I think we will be. I think it's gonna be Tawab. I think it's gonna be really good to get y'all in the set. Everybody can kind of see each other's face. Look, I already got an answer. Officer Mataza Al-Kara said, absolutely, we are. Damn right. Damn right. Sister Ryan said, brothers got to show up. Damn right. Hey, we can't. We got to be there, brothers. Akim. If so, you want to make sure that you tune in for this Lashawan Kodash class. It's gonna be a little groundbreaking for Virginia. We're gonna try to have a real classroom setting when we come in here Friday, and that's how we're gonna try to do it from here on out. So yeah, definitely make sure you are there. So we actually learn how to wield and get this power that the Most High has for us. With that being said, let's go ahead and get these announcements. The water to everybody that joined us on Instagram. This was again, we able to broadcast live on Instagram now, so y'all can actually see the same screens that we have. We show a little bit of the TikTok. Again, we have ISUPK_Virginia on TikTok. Also, Black Fatherhood Tactics on TikTok. That's Officer Uriah Mouth. We work real hard to bring a lot of good information out to give our people real power. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. You will be surprised how many idiots jump in the comments and swear up and down. They know what they talking about. You're a hate group. We ain't burned their cross. We ain't hung nobody. We ain't hurt nobody. The police got way more bodies than we got, but we a hate group. So we definitely need your support on all those different platforms. And with that, let me see. I'm gonna close this one. I keep that up because I want to make sure we close that out the right way. Let's go ahead and get some of these security announcements. All right, let's get some of these security announcements. All right. Get it big so I can see it. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been teaching the truth of the Bible, that Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. We are not affiliated with any other Christian organization. We're not affiliated with any other or any fake Israelite group. If it's not the ISUPK, you are not in the truth. I repeat, if it's not the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you are not in the truth. Rule for a new brother or sister: when new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. They're trying to get rid of Christmas. They're trying to get rid of Mother's Day. They're trying to get rid of all the influence that the oppressor had on them. So So we want to make sure we give them their time and space to do that. If they need transportation to the school, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. And after that, the head will give the permission. They will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, we talked about that in our in the commandments we're supposed to follow. Tithes. Tithes is a commandment. It's found in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and in Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. You want to give that to the Treasury Department. Do we also have a priest fund? That's a free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. That's going to be in whatsoever amount that you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We just ended the feast of Hanukkah, feast of dedication, Hanukkah. Next one up is going to be Purim. You can find Purim in Esther, the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. That's going to be February 22nd through February 23rd. And after Purim, we all know, after Purim, we have the Passover, Pesach in the Hebrew. Pesach in the Hebrew, which we learned. Easter is a mistranslation. That's Pesach, Passover in the Hebrew. And that's a commandment. Our high holy days are a commandment from the Most High. Christmas is not a commandment from the Most High. Matter of fact, he commands that we don't do that one. But the Pesach, the Passover, we are supposed to. And that's going to be April 18th, when all the festivities should start up till about the 22nd. You want to make sure that you reserve your room. You get your garments ready. You want to pay for it first. It's going to be $200. That $200 is going to cover, that's going to cover all the events going on that week. 18 and under, it's going to be free, but make sure you go ahead and get that Passover fee paid. You can go to ISUPK.com to go ahead and pay for that. And again, it's going to be a glorious, glorious time. It's a commandment from the Most High, so make sure you are there. Make sure you are there. It's going to be an awesome time for us all to come together. And just a great time. It's awesome to see real brotherhood. With this being a brotherhood class, it's awesome to see real brotherhood in action. If you've never seen or ever been around real family, real brothers and sisters, because sometimes your family ain't going, well, mine, sometimes we a lot of Christmas parties, you know what I'm saying, where it's going to be violence, they're going to argue, they're going to fight. The uncle, Chester the molester, going to be sitting there right across from you. It's going to be a mess. But when we come together for the Passover, when we come together, period, we come together with the love the Most High gave us. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing if you've never experienced it before. So make sure you get that Passover fee paid. Brothers in the school that want to be, new brothers in the school that want to be a trooper, make sure you're in all black, war scarf, boots, headband, scarf, the whole nine. Sisters, make sure your head is covered when you are in class, when the scriptures being brought out. And with that, we're gonna salute out Imagine Matah, Imagine Barak, Yahbashim Yahweh Brakatah. Salute to the sisters. Yahweh Shemalathan Bashim Yahweh. Shalom, Israel. And we will see y'all soon. Shalom. Actually, not that. Let's do it like this. I ain't had none of my banners up, and y'all didn't even tell me tonight. Y'all didn't even tell me we ain't had nothing on the bottom. No, y'all, nobody know my name, who I am, none of that. But it's all good. We're going to get it back in next week. Let's get on up out of here.
You know my motto is fuck 'em, that's all I gotta say. Scope on the rifle that'll spot you from a mile away. Still getting women drunk off Hennessy and Alizé. Still with them niggas loading hollow tips inside the cake. Still be on that same shit, but I kinda change with. Multiplying bitches might not see me with the same bitch, but you might see me riding 95 North in the black Mitsubishi 195 horse. Power with no sour, couple bottles there, of course. R.I.P. to all my fallen riders in the morgue. Yeah, you know I got the.
Make sure you at the Lord's 55th annual Passover in Durham, North Carolina, by the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. It's going to be $200 for adults. Children 18 and under are free. That $200 is going to cover everything. You can go to ISUPK.com to pay your Passover fee. Go ahead and get that Passover fee knocked out. See you there. Shalom.